Hey. Hey. Hi. Look at that. It's me. I'm Tom. I'm that guy. That guy right there. That's me. Me. And welcome to Off the Grid, where every couple weeks we gather back on Sundays. No more WrestleManias. No more Tony Khan's booking incredible shows getting in our way. We are back. We are taking back Sunday. As I knock my pop filter off. Man. No more Fridays for a while. But we're here. We're going to watch some weird-ass wrestling I've found on the internet. We're going to have some fun doing it for the next couple of hours. Welcome to everybody in the Erotic Eric Fontaine Fan Club, a.k.a. the chat, on both YouTube and Twitch. And I'm sure we'll have some stragglers from Twitter. Welcome, but really get on one of the other ones. It's way more fun that way. I can actually see your comments. So, jump in. Here in a second, we're going to watch Pro Wrestling International from fall 1995, which was so international that it only took place in Indiana. So, that'll be something. But speaking of something, speaking of YouTube, let's check out and check in and thank the members of the Weirdo Empire, aka YouTube members. Man, the myth, the legend, Brian Dermody, Jacob, Kenny, Peyton Andrews, Yankiako 4, Bam Dog, Adam Simon, Kamish Spiffy, Tim Collins, Brent Clark, Anthony Marola, Stephen J, Nieptu Man. As well, we got Brian McDonald, Adam Suzanne, the Suzanimal, Sean Fox, Jesse, Jamie Imple, Wild Whoops, Bagsley, Casual Villainy, Troy 11, David Syracuse, everybody's friend Jonathan Mayer, who I believe is in Cancun today. The Scott Keith, Hidden Trackies, and McClure, Jason Honeycutt, Bartmaster Supreme, Champagne and JD, Jacob, Brandon Davidson. Who the fuck is Jacob? Oh, it's the guy down there. Hidden Terminator DQ, Brando, H. Dima Bauer, Ninja Tyler, Black King Coop, Active Graves, Mark Webster, Justin, aka The Bootable, Brentix Maximus, Unpop, Sean O'Connell, Number One Gunkel, Hio del Santo Gold, Kubla 1972, Philip Romaine, Joseph Dowd, Judas Effect, Ghost of Burt Prentice, Generic Footy Fan, Cloud121D, Joshua Kuhn, Edsel Mask, Will Hall, Jeff Landry Comedy, Rolling Gollum, Advocate of Enochiism, Connecticut White Cotton Panties Fan, Coops Footy Vids, D Cribs, Canyon 03, Michael Collins. Thank you all so much for joining the Weirdo Empire and being strong members of it. If you would like to become a member of the Weirdo Empire, there I am. Open YouTube in a browser and hold down the follow button or the subscribe button, and it'll give you an option to be a member. To answer the Mountie Just Guy, the Discord is free. Just type tinyurl.com/Discord for Tom Green into your device. It should open up Discord and let you right in. A lot of fun, as folks are saying. It is not members exclusive. It is free, but I believe there are a couple of YouTube member exclusive channels. Just everybody wants to be together, so not a lot of folks are using them. So anyway, it's been 4 minutes of me blabbing, and we haven't watched an ounce of wrestling. What is wrong with us? What is wrong with us? Let's go back to fall 1995, Indianapolis, Indiana, and Pro Wrestling International. We watched some of this last year. It was real bad, and I cannot wait to watch some more. Shove it in my mouth. Let's go. As always, let me know. Let me know how the audio is. If I'm, no boundaries. No boundaries. The video toaster graphics, as always, awesome. Gotta look up, because for some reason when I do Off the Grid, I can't see who follows on Twitch, and I don't know why. I've tried to fix it. R. Jeffrey Smith is the producer of the show. Incident 73, thank you so much for upping that sub. Over on Twitch, thank you.
Championship Wrestling. And on this week's edition, you'll see in action PWI Television Tournament Action semifinal.
Oh shit.
The man of twisted steel and sex appeal, the heartthrob, going up against Quicksilver.
Oh boy.
Florida. Also, you'll
From
see
Florida? No, he's not. He's never worked outside of Indiana.
Against Jimmy Jackhammer.
Jimmy Jackhammer.
In Indianapolis, Indiana. Also, the debut of Madman Pondo.
Hey, Madman Pondo. Wrestler that some people know.
TJ Powers joins us this week in his TV tournament.
Look at that jacket.
And in our feature matchup, Bobo Brazil Jr., gentleman Johnny Walker, to determine who
Johnny Walker looks so tired. So tired in that still. They didn't pick a still that made him look good. Oh my god, that audio is horrible. Bobo did have a son. That is legit. He is Bobo Brazil Jr.'s legit son. By the way, shout out to Diamond Dan Garza for the footage. Dan was the promoter. He is an Indiana wrestling historian now. Longtime wrestler. He popped up, did some jobs for WCW throughout the years. PWI, I think, was only like a mid-90s thing. All right, Quicksilver. There's a clown in the front row. Here live from a barn, a literal barn. He's got that purple going this week. Yeah, shout out to Dan Garza, longtime institution of Indiana wrestling. Again, he's the promoter, he's a wrestler. I think I saw him a couple weeks ago at Squared Circle Expo helping out. Sorry, my dog and my cat have decided to go to war. We have so much room in this house, and they have decided to take up this corner of the house to have their little fight, and I'm going to get real mad in a second.
I think he's in the back room in the refrigerator. But right here, the Quicksilver.
All right. Why does Heartthrob look like Earl Hebner? I could see it a little bit. I have no idea. That's a weak spot. It's a blind spot in my wrestling fandom. I really don't like WWF. I don't like old New York stuff. Very boring to me. Quicksilver, he looks like what's the name of Chris Elliott's character in Scary Movie? The guy with the hand. That's what he looks like. I saw Quicksilver wrestle at some indie shows about 10 years after this. And he was real bad. He was real bad then. Heartthrob I like because I like schlubby guys who wear hot pink and act like hot boys. Yes, it does sound like they're ordering and a large Mountain Dew, white ice. Yes, this is an indie from Indy. An INDIE from INDY. Bobby Davis is fun. The wrestling fucking sucks, though. I do not know. Maybe at the fairgrounds.
That's setting you up to knock you down. Somebody else said that one time. Well, the man that might just help you knock him down is that Big Daddy out there.
Hey, Suzanimal. Hello, hello. Gonna watch some real bad shit. Spalding is apparently the sponsor. Chris Elliott's character was Hanson. Quicksilver was a SoCal luchador, one half of Los Luchas. It was him and Scorpio Sky. I forget their team name. You mean R.D. Reynolds, Shondrax? I believe he is around. I don't think he's working these shows, but I think he's around. Brian, more wrestlers need a physique you can describe as Iggy Pop-esque. Yes, Quicksilver from PWG. This is not him. I was trying to think of his team name was Scorpio Sky back in the day. Yeah, these guys, I don't know what the hell is up with the mics. Like, they're clearly just recording the audio, the commentary at someone's house afterwards. The wrestling's been surprisingly competent so far. I gotta give them that. Nothing's been so bad that it stood out.
The scalp of the Quicksilver over the middle rope, working that throw across the middle rope there. This is where you got an eye on Big Daddy there. Where you got to watch Minnesota. Keep an eye there. He drives that shaft into the chest of Quicksilver.
Oh shit! Quicksilver has family in wrestling. It goes all right. It's going a lot better now than it was last Sunday or Tuesday, for that matter. I haven't had any copyright issues tonight. So. And knock on wood, my internet's doing well. Yeah, I think that was all they had access to, was whatever the cheapest thing at Radio Shack was. I would normally say, yeah, it's a home movie, but like, they have access to like Video Toaster or something. The manager looks like Paul Walter. I would argue Heartthrob looks more like Paul Walter Hauser than the manager. Did the stream go down for a second? I saw someone say the stream lives. Did it go down?
Be a lot of wrestlers around that ring. I'm glad I'm over here at the table. Got the lumberjack match all surrounded. Make sure those two stay in there, and the match is concluded. And making his.
Well, congrats! By the way, I love your and Marla's dog, Brian. Your guys' dog is great. I like your dog better than my dog. Oh shit! Ian Rotten's looking for somebody here. That's bad news. Gotcha, Yankee Hockey. You scared me, because yeah, after last week's issues, I don't know what to think anymore. Well, my dog pisses in my house, so. That was a low blow. I thought you said both their tights were empty. Like, is this a wrestler shits his pants match? Oh shit! Razor's Edge! What are the rules? I don't know. No boundaries. That pin is happening literally underneath the rope. Could not be more illegal. Is that corkboard? Are they wrestling on a bulletin board? Like, what is happening? Oh no, that's mulch. Oh no. I think this is the fairgrounds. Yeah. I think this is the 4-H barn at the fairgrounds in Indianapolis. Over by the Pepsi Coliseum. They're definitely not running the Pepsi Coliseum, that's for damn sure. I knew this would be bad because I have seen the majority of these guys wrestle live. I live about an hour away, so.
And now, referee starts the count out as Quicksilver makes his way back in.
Yeah, I used to be involved in some shows. We ran the 4-H fairgrounds here in my town. And I would hear back from some of the guys on the shows, like, finding mulch in their gear bags like a year later. Yes, I believe that is Ken McGuire. Yes, the heartthrob. The runnels you never knew about Sawdust.
Starting a countdown on the Quicksilver. Get these two wrestlers going at it again here. I like that. The referee kicked him off the rope.
Yeah, I think somebody did dress up like a clown just to come to a show in a bar. God, imagine if ECW had a clown guy. This is what wrestling in the King of the Hill universe is like. Oh, hey, just stomp on his balls right in front of the ref. This ref doesn't care. Hey, Funker, we've already had some real bad stuff. Oh my God, Don Basher and Levi Everett. That's a match, all right. That's something. Old Don Basher. I forget if he pops up on these or not. He's definitely active at this time. Those of you who don't know, Don Basher, really horrible wrestler, like awful, and really awful booker and promoter of a really shitty company. Passed away a few years ago. His grandson got outed in speaking out, so. Levi definitely surpassed the trainer. Gee. Outlaw Mulch Show.
That was a smart move that don't get him disqualified. I don't know how smart that could have been right there.
I found this because I was just searching around on YouTube for indie wrestling from my area. Like old stuff, because I wanted to show you guys the bullshit I had around before I learned about like good indies. Yeah, I'm with you, Brian C. Fuck that guy. No, this is not live commentary. They're doing this, I think, at Dan Garza's house. After the fact. That guy's shirt's on fire. Oh, gosh. No, I don't. Because, like, the really shitty indie shows I went to were either not taped or like I don't want to show stuff that's just like one camera on a tripod. I think it's a lot more fun. What the fuck is this guy doing? To watch something where like they put a little bit of effort in, like I like the Muppet Show spirit of like actually putting on a show. Yeah, that's the thing with even like the bad indie shows anymore. You'll get like someone decent because there's so many like half okay guys out there. Like Dijak worked a really shitty show at a church a couple hours from here. I don't know what's happening. That's why I started just talking about other stuff. Jimmy Jackhammer. The audio's completely gone out. Why does it sound like it's being run on an old, like, film reel now? Like, I kind of want to turn it up. Oh, gosh, yeah, we're going to leave it down. That's awful. Big Rig Rollins. So we have a couple guys feuding over who's going to be the manager of the Walmart automotive department. Jimmy Jackhammer and Big. I love in kayfabe his given first name is Rig. Rig. What should I name my son? How about Rig? Is Rig short for something? I've seen some WWE. It's okay. Not the best territory, but better than this. All right, let's see if we.
Bringing those elbows up, vicious elbows.
Seriously, what the fuck happened to the audio between matches?
Neither one of them's changed.
Working that knee, Big Rig, coming down on there.
What the hell?
Not letting up one bit. He's all over him. And again,
his name is Big Rigby Rollins. Rigby. That is what it's short for.
Rollins, keeping the big man down on the mat, Dallas.
By grabbing his toe.
You don't want, how much they say you weigh? 375.
Wait, why is this one guy's mic like really good?
Might have to have him pull over another one of those.
And the color guy is like standing 3 rooms away.
Jackhammer has opened up on him and beat him like a drum to this point, Dallas. Got him in a headlock there, working him over to the ropes. Oh, and the Big Rig takes him up.
Oh,
back for a suplex of his own style.
Nice maneuver.
Of his own style. It was a suplex of any style.
Finally got some leverage and took control. Now whips him across into the turnbuckle and
Oh.
almost put himself in there.
Good thing he
Jackhammer.
fell down, actually, or a Big Rig would have squashed him, I believe.
And there,
Like they almost had a good spot going.
working a chin lock there on him.
Like
Jackhammer.
Like if
Camera shot there.
Trying to
one of them would have communicated with the other, that kind of would have worked.
Eyes of the Big Rig. And again now, working the back, the top of the back air, on the neck of Big Rig Rollins. And
Oh, the dreaded trapezius. What the f- Big Rig Rollins is fun because he's just like a big old guys and suspenders and jeans.
Hey, watch that big clothesline.
Oh gosh. Oh,
Mercy.
Bar the door. I think we
Katie
punched
bar the door.
to the end here. And then he got a 3 count.
That
And from the highways and
was the
byways
pin.
of
Hey.
America, making his return.
I love how in this promotion,
Back, and it looks like he's
in this
back with
fucking
the
promotion,
benches.
they're like, we need to protect this guy so people don't get exposed as to how bad he is. So we have to make his matches short.
I wouldn't want to be the recipient of one of those.
Yeah, Big Slam Vader's like a long time like Maryland guy.
Wouldn't want to get run over by that big truck. And Jackhammer.
Yeah, exactly. How did the audio both get better and worse? And in ways I can't figure out how they did either.
PWI Live.
PWI Championship Wrestling returning to Indianapolis on Friday nights.
Yeah, at the International Arena.
PM bell time start at the new International Arena, 1056 East Vermont Street, downtown Indianapolis.
They're just holding up.
For revenge.
They're just like playing that song on a boombox in the background while this dude's doing his voiceover. I love it. Bounty Hunter.
In the television title championship match, superstar TJ Powers.
You just like give away the finish to that TJ Powers TV title match?
PWI mystery opponent that has been selected for him. Remember, fans.
I love this. I love the
PWI
shitty yet creative nature of it.
many of your top stars scheduled to appear, including
Many of my top stars?
Kamala Jr., the James
Yes.
Boys, Dallas
We'll get to Kamala Jr. here in a bit.
Diablo, and many more.
We'll get to Kamala Jr.
When PWI Championship Wrestling returns to the Indianapolis area at the new International Arena, 1056 East Vermont Street, on Friday night, September the 8th at 7:30 p.m. All tickets $5, under 6 admitted free. Fans, don't miss out on your chance to see PWI live.
PWI Live. There we go. This is in fact deathmatch wrestling legend Madman Pondo with his I believe his then wife Lady Vendetta.
Is that a trash can lid?
He's gone through a few wives since then.
Oh, give us a break. Get off the man's back. But that man, what in the world could he be carrying a trash can lid in
Well,
for?
he says he likes to trash everybody.
Oh, please.
I think maybe that's the can he
Get
put
it?
her in. He just-
Trash.
Well, so much for his condo, but there you see him, the Madman Pondo. We've heard a lot.
Why are we
of
doing
here.
rhymes?
We had a man.
Right, Dave Yearwood is one of the guys. Dallas James, who is a wrestler and the booker as well.
He had a few words to
Yeah, I know about Born Again, but I mean like a clown in the audience. Like Hat Guy, Faith No More guy, Clown guy.
What was his name? Oscar? Yeah. Well, here we have right here, Lady Bandana at the side of Madman Pondo.
You just call her Lady Bandana?
PWI fans here at ringside. And today, Dallas, she's going to face another newcomer to the PWI.
How international is that arena? I mean, it's as international as Marion County gets.
You got kids. Everybody had to grow up sometime, Dallas. I watch Gunsmoke. Well, as we're about ready to get way, here you see Pondo circling the ring.
This referee's working all the matches. I guess the other ref no-showed.
Remember that wig you're speaking of. Bubba,
I think everybody had this video editing box in 1995. I know Smart Mark Video did. They used it through like 2004. TJ Powers is in fact a real name. And TJ Powers was in the first ever gimmick match, or first ever ladder match I saw live. It was supposed to be him and Dallas James, the other guy calling this show, against the Public Enemy in a TLC match in 2002, I believe. Johnny Grunge, his flight got delayed, so it was just Rocco versus TJ Powers.
Be careful when there was somebody like Pondo and what was her name outside? The Lady Vendetta. Her too.
And somehow Ted Petty was not the old guy in the match. I don't think they figured out how to do the star wipe, because if they had, I guarantee every cut would be a star wipe or a star zoom.
Clean break, no! Takes one across the chops of Bobby Long there, immediately attacking him.
So this is why Madman Pondo doesn't wrestle regular matches.
But the referee steps in the middle there as the Pondo steps into the midsection there.
The Pondo.
Across the throat of Bobby Long there as he brings him immediately back up off the mat. I think they both went to
Yeah, Kamala Jr. is still around,
Sets him up
isn't
there,
he?
flying clothesline, ripping the Adam's apple right out of the throat of Bobby Long.
He ripped the Adam's apple right out of his throat.
Pondo again, working inside, choking at the throat of
Oh,
Bobby Long.
Pondo's doing some technical wrestling here.
For one moment, no, he's relentless, but like you stated earlier, one Ian Rotten now here in the PWI from time to time.
Yeah, that's Ian Rotten popping around Indiana Indies. This is right before he opens up IWA.
In the ring against one another. She didn't look too worried. Well, there you see. Pondo lifts him up there with a 2 count. Typical blonde.
Oh, gosh. I think Pondo's in Japan right now. Pondo's still going over to Big Japan regularly. Oh, shit. Missed a flying broken hip.
Obviously, it doesn't take a whole lot to throw her. She walk around with a guy with a trash can lid.
The opponent looks like he's dressed up as Madman Pondo for Halloween.
There, Pondo sets him up.
Oh, God. Oh, no. If that guy was just a little bit more athletic, he would have broken his neck.
Wait a minute, what's she doing up there? Well, she's definitely distracting. See, she's distracting while he's got the lid. Oh, right on top of the head. Oh, man.
Oh, why are we dissolving instead of cutting from camera to camera?
I saw that. Did you see that? Yeah, I'm sure you're going to tell us you were looking at that insane back there.
Because why do we need to see the pin? Why do we need to see the pin at the end of a match?
What insignia? I suppose he didn't see the skull and crossbone on the back there. And again, he takes that trash can lid across the cranium of Bobby Long. And now, down on knees, serves up the lid to Lady Vendetta.
I don't think so.
She does have that. I just now noticed that.
Is it? It might. No, I think this is the 4-H barn. And they actually ran the pavilion at the Collective.
Well, Bobby Long with a very long match, I'm sure he feels. And there, a victory. Madman Pondo debuting in the PWI. Hot Shot would like to have him, that's for sure.
Might be a tougher match.
Fans, stay tuned.
Hey, Liz Alvarado. Hello, hello.
Boy, that surprised TJ right there.
No kidding now. That's the
we have a
big
fan
man,
hitting the ring.
Preacher here from Indianapolis. And
This is fall of 1995.
Superstar TJ
Oh, Big Red. I am already loving Big
We
Red.
got to hand it to PWI. They was on top of the situation. We all knew that TJ, what he did in repurchasing the tag.
Big Red appears to have ankle
You
pads.
knew that they weren't going to wrestle.
I've seen Madman Pondo and New Jack wrestle before. They wrestled a bunch.
No way.
Have all the gold. PWI right on top of it saying, no, we were aware of this, and we're going to bring you.
This is, I believe this is a TV title tournament match.
Fans are loving it.
Yes, sir.
Again, brought to us by Spalding.
Big Red, the wrestling preacher, and he
The wrestling That guy runs a fucking church.
Had more twists and turns in days of our lives.
It has taken some ability to get here to the finals, and
here's a guy, Big Red, that wasn't even in the tournament. Now he's in the semifinals. TJ himself wasn't even officially in it. He was an alternate, and when a couple of guys left the PWI, he got moved into it. Quicksilver wasn't one of the top.
Are you guys hearing this?
16 that was mentioned. What a bizarre tournament. But it's been a great tournament.
Big Red was called to fill in after guys left the company rather than wrestle in this tournament. Big Red wasn't even in the top 16. He was like the top 22.
PWI understand this, negotiating with him, trying to get him back when he comes back from his injury.
Yeah, his career was somewhat short-circuited for a while there, but I'm sure
I think he got
the
a
electric
splinter.
one.
I think he got a splinter when he knocked that fence over up in Deer Creek.
Well, could very well have been him up there, but now we're about to see one surprise. TJ Powers at the man. TJ, as you were saying, Dallas was expecting.
Yes, because the Ninja Tower Black, this is the same software. Video toaster that Smart Mark Video used to use.
Big Red against Quicksilver. That'd be a contrasting style.
Oh gosh, okay, there we go. Come on, Big Red.
You put them side by side and they make a perfect 10. Quicksilver's the 1, Big Red's the 0.
Well, there, the Big Red, one powerful man here. Very, very popular with that. Taking a headbutt, too.
Oh, I'm sorry, Brian.
Powers.
What's that on his ankles?
Sure, maybe he's got
Oh,
some
gosh.
weights in there for additional weight training there, Dallas. As he comes barreling across there, TJ, no, he didn't want any part of that train coming in there and quickly moved out of the way. And now he pounds away, pummeling at the back of Big Red, taking the forearms.
Come on, referee, get in there.
How much training did all these guys get? 2-3 weeks tops? Some of them were like training people. Not that Chris Benoit watching these random weird indies from the 90s. Has anyone stood out as a guy that maybe could have been something? The Hater from Minnesota. We watched him on some shows last year. That guy should have been a millionaire. Like, he was good in the ring, had a magnetic personality, great promo. He came up with Jerry Lynn and Sean Waltman too. The Dead Harry Freaker, the fat slob, is practically gone, but there's this one guy in Indianapolis.
I'll plead the fifth.
Poor Big Red.
But I bet that when he really hit him.
R.I.P. Big Red.
Big Red.
Not R.I.P.
Hot Shot's upset.
That clown is pissed.
He's so hot his head's turned red there, but there you see the victor and advancing on into the TV tournament, superstar TJ Powers.
Now we're going to PWI Live, and when we get back, the title.
This is PWI Live and
PWI Live.
returning to Indianapolis on Friday night, September the 8th, 7:30 p.m. at the new International Arena at 1056
That Ronald McDonald.
downtown Indianapolis.
Bootleg Ronald
Return
McDonald.
for revenge.
team style. Bobo Brazil
Hey, could we make
Jr.
the
and
font
gentleman Johnny
completely
Walker
invisible?
to go up against PWI Tag Team Champions, two of
The
the four
PWI
aces,
community
Blackjack
calendar.
Colt and the Bounty Hunter. And the television
Return for
title,
revenge next
Superstar
Friday
TJ
and
Powers
Saturday Night
to meet
Bingo.
a surprise opponent.
Guaranteed
This time, the
$200
Superstar
pots.
will be surprised. And remember, fans of the television taping of PWI Championship Wrestling. Bring
Yeah,
your
if
signs
you
today
would like to
with
be
PWI
seen on TV
returns to Indianapolis
with this
on
shit,
Friday
come
night.
out.
Make a note. September the 8th, 7:30 p.m.
That guy
at the
fucking
International
rules,
Arena,
Brian, by the way. That
1056
guy
East
you mentioned who
Vermont, downtown
lives
Indianapolis.
across the street from you still wears Jimmy Snookum
Fans, don't
merch.
miss out on your chance to see PWI live.
Return for revenge.
And who are ready to go. The
All right,
main
Bobo
event
Brazil
and the
Jr.
heavyweight
looking real
title to be
jacked.
decided today, Dallas. You see him. Bobo Brazil
Against
Jr.
the
and
gentleman,
Johnny
the
Walker
gentleman
will
Johnny
finally
Walker.
settle
You know he's a
the feud here
gentleman
in this third
because he
and
spelled
final
it
match.
History's gonna
I-E.
be made. Someone's gonna
Yeah,
be
the
a
clown that should be like a meet and greet. Come meet
On
the
the
clown.
outside, you see fans. The PWI wrestlers are circled.
Oh, it's a
the ring,
lumberjack
and this
match.
is a lumberjack match.
Like, why are all
Dallas,
the
and they'll
fans standing
throw
by the
bodies
ring?
Back inside to make sure the match continues. Nobody's going to run away from this title bout.
Well, you got to watch them three right there on your monitor. Mo, Larry, and Curly, respectively. TJ, the Bounty Hunter, and Colt. Because you know they're up to no
Oh.
good, and they're going to be helping Walker. The four aces.
Right there, you see
Yeah,
the
this is
fourth ace.
legit. This is
The
like all these guys'
gentleman,
bowling league.
the scorn of Tucson, Arizona. Johnny Walker.
I love the
in
heels
there
just
with
like
the
having a
price
side
grip on the
conversation
either
about
inside
anything
there.
else
Bobo, as
except
Bobo
this
now
match.
powerfully comes out of there, goes with and brings him
So
over.
Bobo
look at
Brazil
this. Looks
Jr.
like a
I
summit
think
feed
I've
here
mentioned it on
in
here
front of us.
before.
All right, there you
First
go.
person to ever
Bobo.
pay me in
There you
wrestling,
see
and by
TJ
pay me I
getting
mean
right
he
in
gave
there.
me a
Got a game
thing
plan.
Yep.
bartered for my services.
Keep calm now.
I was
Sit
12
down,
years
just
old.
Maintain and help me out here
1999.
in this commentary. Let's
He,
remain neutral in this match.
Rented out his ring and wrestled on a Ronnie Vegas show. We'll see Ronnie in a bit. At the Armory in my hometown.
Big rig.
And my buddy AJ's stepdad ran the Armory. He was the guy that locked it and unlocked it for the wrestling.
Could very possibly be there.
Maybe he's at the smorgasbord.
And so we got to go in before everybody else. And we got there when the ring truck did.
Well, there you see Sergeant
And
Nelson on the
they were like,
outside,
do
the
you want to
big
put up
rig.
the ring? And we're 12 and we want to just be around wrestling. We're like, yeah, sure.
Top rope Troy.
So all these grown adults sit around and watch two 12-year-olds put up a wrestling ring by themselves.
I think he's still mad.
Don't chime in, don't help out.
He lost in our opening contest.
All we were told was make sure it's a square.
Himself, 'cause he could have had that bout if he'd have
Yes,
just got
Bobo
back
was
in
Calypso
himself.
Jim
Right now,
for a while.
right now,
And
it's
Casper.
the grasshopper.
We
there,
put together
but
the ring.
Bobo
I remember
early into the match.
it
Bobo
kind
looking
of went
well
like
defined
this.
there,
And
Dallas.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
shake
instead of being
ready.
flat,
Said the winner of this will be the first
kind of went like that.
PWI
Not
champion.
one of the wrestlers
And Bobo
sitting around
He's well.
was like,
just a few
you
steps
guys should
back
fix
here
that, or
ringside.
here's how you fix that. They just let it be. And Bobo Brazil Jr. gave me a bootleg Al Snow shirt for
As we
helping
know,
him out.
Walker has had a knee injury there.
Square
which,
or
brought
rectangle,
about the
yes.
first
Um,
loss, so to speak, of the title
and that
for him.
night,
He gave him that.
Shark Boy landed in my lap
So, you know,
doing a
Bobo,
pescado
what are you looking at me
on a
for?
dude named Pastor Payne. And I
Back to
remember
the action, the center
Shark
of the ring
Boy
there. There you see.
The long
was
leg.
wearing some really good like body spray, really good smelling body
Got you
spray.
there.
I don't know if it was
Big Red,
cologne or what.
Quicksilver on the
It
outside.
smelled great.
And out.
And then he took off his
Driving
wrist
the
tape,
shoulder block into the
and he
midsection
signed
of
it for me.
gentleman Johnny Walker, and takes one across the chin. And
I also remember
chop to the chest.
my dad showed up.
And with the support of
He was just supposed to come pick me up. He ended up bringing my nephew because my nephew complained, why does Tommy get to do everything? So he brought my nephew. It's all my friends and I are in the
Now,
front
look at
row.
Quicksilver. He's keeping
And
an eye on TJ, and you know why.
Supposed to be like a family-friendly
That's
show.
because
They're doing
when
like
Taylor's in
80s
the
WWF
TV
style.
finals, and there's there's a lot.
And
going
this is
on outside
1999. This
there.
is the
Keep
Attitude
kinda
Era.
watching. We'll have that
And we're
next
5th
week.
graders.
And there you hear, you see Big Red over there talking some trash across
So,
the way at TJ Powers.
We're yelling at these, suck my fucking dick. Fuck you, you piece of shit. Like all this awful
Threw him
shit.
right to the 4 aces on purpose.
Let's see how quick
For
they
like
get
2.5
him back in the ring
hours, just
there.
saying the most crude things possible to these
Blackjack Colt making
to these
big
men.
Man, they
returns
took
there.
their time.
A little respite there for the man, but quicker
And
than I was suspecting.
my dad, bless his heart, just let us do it. And then I go to my dad's car when it's time to go.
Enough time for Walker because you see him re-emerging here, taking Bobo up and over. Bobo
He goes-
feeling that one.
He goes,
He's got to stay on.
how fucking dare
Go,
you?
going for a cover, trying to hook the leg, but
I didn't know how to answer, so we just
Not
sat in
quite ready
silence.
for the finishing move there.
Well, like I said,
Car
the
ride
TJ, the bounty hunter.
We never talked about it. My nephew was about a year and a half younger than me.
Each one of those men
I'm much
have
younger than my
wrestled Bobo
siblings.
Brazil Jr. numerous times, and they've collectively gotten together. And you're
Yeah,
sure
doing
to
crotch
know
chops,
that Gentleman Johnny Walker has a game
mimicking,
plan to follow.
doing the X-Pac thing where you like
As long as it doesn't
bounce your hand up and
involve
down like you're
3 other cards on
forcing
the
someone to
outside
suck
there.
his
I'm
dick.
a
No,
little
my dad
surprised
hated
that
wrestling.
Damian Anderson
Fucking hated
was
it.
not out here as well around the ring. But maybe the PWI said wrestlers only, no managers. Well, that could really make.
How did they
things
get
interesting.
tired doing
Look at
this
Walker.
match?
He's watching him.
Where would it put Playboy Johnny Lee right now, Dallas? The man's been out here in the wrestling tights, taking his bumps.
He kind of does. A little
My
both.
nephew, he kind of liked it.
I seen Playboy.
He
Johnny
kind of
Lee
like
recently in Michigan,
he liked it because it was the trendy thing.
and he actually didn't do a bad job.
But
wrestling.
nothing
Rumor
like
is
me.
that he might retire from managing and/or wrestling and
What the
become a
fuck happened to the
referee.
sound?
Could you trust him?
Not very long.
Okay, we're back.
And there, Walker taking it to the chest there, and
Oh.
throws Bobo to the center of the ring.
I am shocked to see that Walker has put this much offense together against Junior.
I
Hitting
am
the leg drop across
shocked.
the chest
He might
again.
get him.
Going for the hook there.
Look at him right on top of him. As soon as he kicks out, cutting off that oxygen.
God damn.
Bobo's in trouble.
Like, I know these guys are, we're
Walker
old
said he
school,
won that
brother,
title for the
but
third time. I think he means
fuck's
business.
sake, do something.
Both wrestlers coming in
Hello,
here
Clee
ready.
baseball
Bobo
fan
looking well
879.
defined, and Johnny Walker with fire in his eyes here. He wants that belt back around.
There
his
has to have been
waist.
a
Man wanted
Bobo
respect.
Brazil
That's
Jr.
the one
versus
reason
Kamala
that he went
Jr.
after Bobo in the manner that he did.
By the way, the
He
guy,
didn't think he'd earned it.
there's a guy in a mustache off in the corner there. He's wearing like blue bottoms. That's
Two
Dan
wrestlers
Garza.
both
That's the
make it back
promoter.
to the feet. Now,
And that's the guy that
Bobo
uploaded
taking
this.
that elbow into the midsection there.
Yeah, at least
coming
it
off
was
the
Bobo
shoulder
Jr.
block.
and not Mel
What
Phillips.
a knee lift.
Both of
Yeah,
them
I'm very
doing on
thankful.
each other here as the referee
I remember Bobo
counts
Brazil
for
brought
action,
like
return here to the center of the
all of
ring.
his kids to
Walker
the show.
makes his way back over.
There were at least a
Bobo up
dozen.
somewhat here.
My favorite man across the way there, Mr. Garvin.
Mr.
Walker
Garvin.
taking a powerful body slam.
Dallas James is the booker.
Brazil Jr. there
Dan
to
Garza is
back
the
end.
promoter. They actually did separate those
He's
duties,
got
Green
hooked
Boy.
again, Dallas.
I don't know if Diamond Dan's hotline still exists. I should have asked him that when I saw him bebopping around
That
Sports
chin
Circle
lock,
Expo.
trying to wear him down, but you're going to have a long night trying to wear down Bobo Jr.
Now working on the chin of Bobo.
Big Red's out there. I'm glad that he's recovered from that devastating loss
Cut
earlier.
down the air supply and wear him down so he can have this powerful.
Use the ninja.
wrestling.
I think it's just the
I'm
blue
really surprised, Dave,
ninja.
The match has took place as much time as it has in the ring. I figured Walker would throw him out to the four aces there and kind of get things going and
The
break up
four
the,
aces
momentum,
are,
but,
I believe, the heel,
mess up
like the
his
top
style. See if
heel
he can
group
get
in this
the ring, out of the
promotion.
ring, and work on him
Like
a little
the
bit, have them other
Horsemen,
aces
the
work on him, but, kept
Gamble.
it in the ring.
Also, they're shitty.
Yeah, these two definitely want to prove
What
themselves
was that?
as the
I think that's a
champions.
schoolboy.
Champion here, no
But it also
question
kind of looks like he got
left
hit with a knee.
at the end of this match.
It also looked like he was going for a
Yeah,
knee
you see
bar.
Colt there. If you watch Colt, he's very upset. I've never seen him that animated in many years. And that may be
In
part of it.
many
Maybe
years.
Walker is not following their game
I've never
plan.
seen him that animated in many
Trying to get him,
years.
back into the center
Was he
there.
dead before that?
A little pep talk there.
He's
And no
upset.
schoolboys. Keep schoolboys far away from the ring.
Does not look happy. Bobo not going for it.
Both these
Blocks
blocks just winded and tired. This match has went a while.
Think about how bad you have to fuck something up in this promotion for them to cut to a random fan in the audience.
Blackjack trying to intervene there.
It's on the line.
Trying to bring some pointers to the
Dominic
attention.
Valenti,
Oh,
God, that guy.
Walker reverses.
Oh!
Runs into the back.
Both are hit
Bobo.
kick.
Coming off the back, both men ramming heads.
Wait a
on
minute.
Ramming heads.
He got it.
He's got him covered. Bobo has.
Is that the
Johnny Walker
first
covered.
lumberjack match in
Both
history
men basically out.
Both
where,
men, they just grabbed
like,
their head, Dave.
nothing
Basically what
happened with
there,
the
except
lumberjacks?
They hit heads and Bobo
Like,
just
they
happened to roll
actually
over and was
served
on top
their
of Johnny Walker.
purpose?
Very lucky
And they just
three
had a
count.
match
Very
in the
lucky
ring?
three count. This match
That's
could went both
incredible.
ways. In fact, Walker had the
Every
pin early in the match.
lumberjack match breaks down with all the guys fighting at ringside and then some shenanigans, someone pops in. No, they did their job.
About.
Who knows what he's complaining about
Yeah,
here.
this is the true crime documentary
Title
B-roll.
goes back to Bobo
The last
Brazil
time the
Jr.
referee was ever seen in public.
Got Sergeant Nelson in the ring there, handing the belt to the new champion. You got TJ over here going nuts. Cole on the outside, he's throwing a fit.
What's TJ saying to Walker over here on this side?
I don't know, I can't hear because you cut the fucking audio.
See,
In
Bobo's
here, Sergeant
still out.
Nelson.
He just was lucky. Look at Cole. He is adamant about it.
He's adamant about
Bobo,
what?
for being the champion doesn't look like the winner too much. I mean, he got hit in the back of the head, and his strong point's the front of the head.
There appears to be a child in the
Gonna have
ring.
to review this one on a monitor himself.
Now look at this.
Now we got
Is there like a
some words
second
going by
ring?
Walker.
Where did they come
Coming Johnny
from?
Walker on the inside, having some words with Blackjack Colt there, and now the back.
I'd love to be able to hear it. Oh no, the four aces.
Johnny Walker. TJ pounding away
Yeah,
on
that's what
Walker.
happens
Looks like
when a
back
lumberjack
Walker
match
back,
actually
delivers
actually
the punch
serves
in
its
the zone.
purpose. The guys just
And then you got the
wander to the
tag
back.
team
Like,
champions over
what
there
the
on
fuck were we doing out
heavyweight
here?
champion Now, and Walker and TJ going at it. How many times have we seen them in the past been at each other's throats?
Oh, now you got Blackjack
What-
Colt
what is
taking the
going
belt
on?
Across the back. Bobo
I feel like we're
Brazil
watching
Jr.
like
And
two
you see
heel
there,
turns
TJ fires
simultaneously.
down from a smash by Johnny Walker there on the far
What is
side
happening?
while Colt continues to bring the belt across the back
Oh,
of Bobo
let me
Brazil.
hit you with
And
this
now
belt, but
Walker
not hard
clears the
enough to
ring with
hurt.
the chair there.
Just to like symbolize that I don't like you.
You know, it's a shame I couldn't get up there and help myself.
Well, I'm kind of surprised you.
Oh, they stole the finish from
maintain
Greg
your-
Valentine and
your
Tito
neutrality
Santana.
back
Out of
there,
action
Dallas.
right now.
I
Mal's
guarantee
still
you,
recuperating from his
Greg
injury.
and
It's not
Tito
gonna
had
do
the
you a
exact
darn
same
bit of
match.
good to get up there and get hurt again.
Oh god, I didn't even put two and two
I'm not
together.
sure
Oh
Bobo's seen
no.
Walker come to
Yeah,
his aid,
the
though. I mean,
whipping,
He was too busy
oh.
getting pounded on by the tag team champions while Walker
Production
was taking care of TJ.
coordinator.
There's definitely some
Coordinator.
dissension in there between the four aces.
There were
Definitely
four
at each
camera
other's throats.
operators.
Walker,
You legitimately couldn't
you
tell.
see hollering at TJ.
I think we may have just seen a discard of one of the four aces here, Dallas. I think the deck
I love
may
that
be
this thing has
reshuffling here,
credits.
'cause Walker is not having
Produced and
the
distributed
triangle
by
drawn out with Mr.
A
Power.
pornographer.
Well, fans, we saw a lot of
Yeah,
great action
technical
here today.
advisor,
We've
sure.
seen the crowning
Produced
of the PWI
by
Heavyweight
Lando
Champion.
Goshen
And there he is. You see it right there?
Productions.
See, he didn't see him help him, and they're going to have some words, and we're going to be out of time here in just a minute. But this is a
Why
long
did they
way
run
to
the
get
credits
over. I'll let
like
you wrap it up. A
way
long way
before
to
the
get
show
over.
ends?
Well, fans,
We need to get them the
next
fuck
week
out of the
in
way.
middle of The squared circle with the PWI's Championship Wrestling, where
Where is the hard cam? Yes. Hey, Rated TV MA Lewis over on YouTube. All right, so the way that that Dan's archive works on his YouTube, like, there's really no consistent run of full episodes. Like, at best, you'll get like a full episode, one that he only taped half of, and then one that he taped like one match off of, and then like a full episode. So I just grabbed like the three closest full episodes I could find. So there's going to be weeks between episodes where we just don't know what's going on. Of course, we don't know what's going on the episodes we're watching. Hello, Luigi Tron 51. Thank you for the follow. I mean, this intro kind of nails the vibe of Pro Wrestling International. It's just a bunch of guys wandering around while the audience is confused. and there was like this haze. Yeah, this is the best production that 1983 television could buy. You're watching PWI. Thank you, Luigi Tron. I really appreciate that.
Straight from the Wild Side Ranch, James boys, Dallas and Austin.
And they mean straight. Don't you dare insinuate that they are queer.
A little later, we'll see El Diablo going up against
God.
Sergeant Nelson.
Oh,
The
God.
return of everyone's favorite Cousin Bubba.
Everyone's favorite.
And Ronnie Vegas to join
There we
us
go,
on
Ronnie
the
Vegas.
PWI.
I got a Ronnie Vegas
Feature
story.
event. It's the man from
I'll hold it
Uganda,
off.
Kamala Jr. up against Diamond Dan. We'll
All
get
right, the promoter's
started.
gonna wrestle Kamala Jr. Yeah, I think Cousin Bubba's my favorite too. They're right. Do do do
There he is,
do.
fans. The menace making his way into the PWI.
Madman Pondo and his partner Top Rope Troy.
Top Rope Troy. And being escorted
Hey,
to the ring by Lady
what should
Vendetta.
what should my wrestling name be? I don't know. Name yourself after the part of the ring that you look the most like.
Lady Vendetta with Madman Pondo and Top
No
Rope.
boundaries.
Today, little change here, and I'll introduce
Yeah, there are no boundaries to the spelling of boundaries.
in just a moment.
Their opponent,
You know, I've seen that movie. I don't recognize him.
from just outside El Paso, Texas.
Do you think
Wild Side Ranch,
WCW Cuts Live,
Austin and Dallas
folks,
James, the James boys.
do you think that Nick Patrick
And as you have heard,
has grabbed that
Dallas
man?
is not next to me. He's right in front of you with his brother, Austin. Next to me for this first match is none other than Diamond Dan.
Yeah. Weren't they heels on the last episode? Again, it's a few weeks before this, but they couldn't have turned babyface
We're
and
about to
heel.
see a good one here. James boys in
PTRF1, I have not. I've heard of it.
Pondo. What's
I
your
think I've seen, like,
check him out. He's wanting to share with the fans.
are they the one with the really funny intro?
Pondo, I mean, he's a devious character. You know, I've
Oh my god, one of them does look like
seen
Conrad.
places in the
Yeah.
world.
And I'll send him a
He's always got
screenshot
Lady
when we're done.
Vendetta with him. And a lot of times Lady Vendetta gets involved.
Be like, hey, you're not Akeem anymore. You're
She gets involved or not.
one of the James boys.
She might even get in the ring herself and wrestle, but,
Yankee Hawk, yes. It confirms that, yes, Nick Patrick has grabbed Top Rope Troy. Yes, okay, I have seen the intro. The intro's hilarious for NWA Mountain State.
Outside and at times even inside the ring.
The ring announcer being like, hey, up at the next, it's a Kamala Jr. What's going on?
Against the PWI's
I love that Kamala Jr. is considered the name of this promotion.
And why he's with Pondo, I really don't understand this. I've seen him in singles matches.
All
I
right,
don't know if
Troy
he's
Van Zandt. I recognize the
himself
I recognize the name Troy
one
Van
of the
Zandt.
biggest wrestlers in PWI, but like I said,
How do they get Spalding as a sponsor? I don't think Spalding knew that they were a
flies off
sponsor.
there. Maybe just trying to get in a little tag team action here and see what he can do.
Well, Dan, right there you see him, the James boys getting warmed up here, ready to go.
Getting warmed up. One of them's leaning on the ropes. The other one's just kind of slowly walking back and forth. They're getting warmed up.
Is going to take the belts.
Anything's possible, you know.
God.
Silver, if he was back in action, I know him and I'd be, you know, top contenders for the title. Right now, I'm happy in the singles action. But Dallas and Austin, they got to be right up.
Referee's
there,
like,
you know,
come on,
going to
guys.
tag
And then he
team.
looks at his watch.
Well, right now we see Madman Pondo in there against.
This is a rare loser pays the winner's alimony match.
Clean break there, and immediately Pondo's complaining.
Ah, come on.
Johnny Lee.
You know this referee, Johnny Lee, you know, when he's a wrestler, I despise him. I don't know what has changed with this man, but he is one of the best referees that I have seen in a long, long time.
Talk about law and order. If the LA
The referee reminds me of,
God,
I can't think of the actor's name.
All right, now referees hold two combatants there.
I forget. But I don't even know why I brought it up.
Will we see a clean break as
Oh,
No.
Hey, that's a DQ. You counted to 5. You got to 5. He didn't break. Yeah, I have to think that, like, Dan Garza found a Spalding banner at work. Like, he works at, like, a print shop or something. Found a Spalding banner. He's just like, okay, they're my sponsor now.
Skull and crossbones on the back here. And hammers away at Dallas James. Takes him down.
How is Pondo the most competent of these guys?
Pounding away at Dallas James. Early part of this match going to Madman Pondo as he takes it to Dallas James. Now, camel clutch here, raking back on Dallas James.
Look at Austin. Austin's just studying this. I mean, he's staying out of the ring, doing what he's supposed to do, but he needs
I don't know
to
what's
cheer
going on
Dallas
here. Something's going on with my
Try to get this
computer.
Guy up and going and turn this match around.
I don't know what the hell just happened.
Seeing a plastic surgeon the way Madman was ripping away at his face there. Now,
Something happened with my computer.
He's talking to the referee. Going for a quick cover. No chance on something like that with Dallas James.
Too early in the match.
Pondo sets Dallas up off the.
How many people are on Twitch right now? 44 by my count.
Dallas catching the early brown.
We got some folks watching on Twitter as well. So I think this is the most people that I've ever watched PWI in unison at once.
Dallas ducks under here.
Oh!
Back with a flying clothesline, takes Pondo down to the mat.
That's what John Cena's comeback would look like if his legs didn't work.
And coming back, takes
Oh, hey! That's a
it's
clogged kitchen sink.
I think he needs to get outside and get refreshed and let Austin in. Do some
brother set him up, double clothesline, rips the throat.
Rips the throat. Why does he keep saying rips the throat? He's ripping the Adam's apple out of his throat with a clothesline.
Unable to keep Pondo down. The James boys back here in action with PWI. And Diamond Dan sitting with me at ringside.
Diamond Dan.
First match.
What if Diamond Dave called this show?
You're seeing Madman Pondo.
I would love to hear what David Lee Roth thinks of this show.
Kind of a surprise choice here. Troy not usually going with these type of tactics. But Austin James takes him back, puts him down quickly.
Zip it about.
They got a kick out there. Top rope, too fresh in the match. He's not going to get a pin this quick. Austin James going with the fist.
I think everybody involved in this promotion has some issues.
First he wants to wrestle, and then he wants to brawl. I just don't understand his tactics.
David Lee Roth would have been an incredible wrestler.
Working pretty well as a team there.
Historian as well. He knows his shit about like 60s wrestling. Oh. I don't think so, Elias. It's just whoever wants to wrestle, however else, with like however they want to do it, with no regard for the audience.
Troy's not ready, and Dallas setting him up again. Think Troy needs to work his way back over. Ducks under.
Oh, hey, that was like a good drop kick.
Perfect landed drop kick there.
I think that's the best move. Sorry, I saw Elias's comment. That's like a spot fest, but the spots are boring.
Definitely not the top rope Troy we've seen.
I think he's been, talking a little bit with Pondo here, trying to toughen him up so he can, advance here in PWI. But I don't know if this is the right way to go for top rope Troy.
Ooh, working the legs of the big man. Definitely understands what he needs to do to take a man.
Ben says, I would love for them to make it a mullet versus mullet match. I think those are too high of stakes. Nobody in this match could afford to lose that mullet.
That he's going to be able to take him one-on-one standing up.
See, what I like about the black trash bag is it just kind of, that's the, it's apropos that these guys come walking out of a giant black trash bag. Live from the giant hefty bag room. Hey.
Attention to Johnny Lee, who rightfully works him back over. But there again, Dan, you're
No
seeing it.
tag. There was no tag.
It's like everybody in this match is Bobby Budnick at various ages.
Well, Dan, there's great action in the ring right now, but we got a lot of great wrestlers to be seen later on today.
Where? Are you going to be turning on another show?
But we're going to see the likes of
Oh, that was almost good. And hey, he kept up.
The Dice Man, Ronnie Vegas, and the ever-popular Cousin Bubba.
A lot of hot action today.
Ever popular. First he was everybody's favorite, but now he's the ever popular, which says that he's not everybody's favorite, but he's getting there.
Well, as Top Rope continues to work on the leg of...
I love how you can hear, one of them sitting in a recliner, and they're like leaning back, and you can hear the chair louder than the commentator.
Change of style is kind of caught us by surprise here, looking pretty
What if Cousin Bubba does like a tornado DDT?
The man is definitely going to work on one of the
Okay, Top Rope Troy is going to go to the top rope. No, you stick it. He's going up. What are we going to get?
Top rope. We'll see what happens.
Here he comes. There.
Up.
James catching him.
Oh,
That top rope.
that's the problem with being 70 pounds.
Rolls him up.
Oh, yeah, we get a 3 count there. Dallas James.
How? They were, again, apparently when they say no boundaries in the intro for this show, they mean rope breaks. Because that's the second pin we've had that's literally underneath the bottom rope.
He's just out for himself and Lady Vendetta.
Well, Diamond Dan, let's take a look at this replay on action here with the James boys.
Yeah, that ring's very small. What the fuck?
A lot of great action there. We actually saw Top Rope Troy. Really
That's not the feed. They're just playing like individual frames.
He is. I think he's just hanging around with the wrong crowd. We'll have to see what happens in the upcoming weeks.
It's like instant replay for people who don't actually want to watch the show.
Boys. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Championship Wrestling.
The top rope nickname was not supposed to be a compliment.
At a weight of 409 pounds, Von
There's somebody in the bleachers all hunched over, and like the way that the rail came up, it looked like they had a what the fuck? They looked like they had like a musket. Oh god, is it supposed to be a Nazi thing? Von Blitzkrieg.
You know, this Blitzkrieg, he's improved.
That is in fact
in the past
what
few weeks, but
most
you say he is
4chan posters look like.
man to go up against, but I think here we're
What?
going to see who's coming up next. And I think it's going to be a tough battle for
It's
Blitzkrieg.
Kim Jong terminally ill.
and his opponent, the Pride of Tucson, Arizona. At a
The
weight of
Pride of Tucson,
248
Arizona.
pounds, Gentlemen, Johnny Walker.
Wait, is he a baby face? Yeah, he is a baby face because the crew turned on him. Look at that vest.
A popular man, Johnny Walker, regaining the favorite.
How is that so ill-fitting?
Yeah, I think he's learned. I think, you get in with the wrong crowd sometimes, trying to just improve yourself, trying to make
Pete's
yourself
Dragon, holy shit.
better in any organization. And, you want to get to the top and you want to win a title, and sometimes you'll do whatever it takes, even hang out.
Von Blitzkrieg, if he's still alive, I assume is like
I think
in
he's
an
trying to
office
realize
somewhere in
he's
Indiana.
better off where he's at, on his own, trying to go up a title and do it the way he knows best.
I believe that referee still works.
Diamond Dan, the lust for the gold has changed the outlook of many
Referee in
in
jeans,
the PWI, and
of course.
I think he just got
Like one-man gangs, very... Oh no. I didn't see that one word. Yeah.
There he is
No.
against the big man, a powerful man, Blitzkrieg.
I think what makes the look is the fact that his sunglasses are so tiny.
That may be closer to the 500 mark. I don't know.
Von
I've been in the ring with
Blitzkrieg.
him, and, he might be skipping
I
a
always
little bit.
knew when
There again, showing the
When,
power he possesses, pushing
we saw Johnny Walker in that first show, that first episode. He would eventually fight the Nazis.
Getting ready, coming off there, showing
This is the most bottom-heavy promotion. Lot of cake. A lot of cake here.
And fortitude there as that.
What is that ref call?
Fortress stands
This?
there on the line.
Neither of them are going to be doing anything that looks like this, ref.
Just bouncing off the big man. And a drop kick now.
Oh, hey, that's it. That's the finish. That's the finish. Oh, fuck, he got up.
Walker sets him up, takes him off the rope.
Oh, God. Oh, hey.
And again,
This ring's better than I thought it was. Oh.
Well, that ring must have moved 6 inches to the right.
Referee Greg Lake going over there, putting the hand down on him out there, though. Walker not able to keep him down. Slake moves in there.
Even as a baby face. Ugh, I ran for like 2 spots.
Johnny's doing well here. He's weighing him down. He's wrapping him around the head, turning him down so he can get to that pin.
God, he's lazy.
400 plus
Brian says, "What's your finish?" Yeah, I could take a big splash. Can you throw one?
And wear him out and take the pin from there.
And there, Blitzkrieg kicks out there. Walker having kind of a tough time.
His hot baby face offense is just sitting in a chin lock.
Was not in a proper position to get a proper hook on Blitzkrieg.
Under the gargoyle. I hope that is your cousin, Brody.
Walker, as you're saying.
Hello, Elja Brody from Parts Unknown. Hello, hello.
From the moment when he landed that.
You know what's bad? When the guy named after whiskey is not the sleaziest man in the ring. You nailed it, Rudrick. I don't know what's going on with their audio. Again, they're clearly recorded at the promoter's house. But, like, I don't know. Like, are they just rubbing some wires together and hoping that it records audio? Like,
What's Kamala doing out here?
oh shit! Kamala Jr.'s in business with the Nazis. What is Kamala Jr. doing out
with
here?
activity here from different wrestlers from the dressing room. Kamala Jr. now out here. Who is he stalking? The man that's kind of hard to say because the man doesn't.
What if Kamala was just like gonna go get a hot dog, and he's like, "Fuck, there's a match in the ring."
He has, his manager Damian Anderson. I don't know if he sent him out here or what. But later on the show, I'm supposed to have a match with Kamala. I don't understand what he's doing out here trying to distract this match here. I don't know if Damian's trying to take Blitzkrieg under his wing or exactly what's going on. But Kamala,
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the other thing with the audio is it's been every form of bad audio possible. It's like they've been trying to fix it, but just don't know how.
And hopefully he doesn't pick up where we're sitting at, Diamond Dan, because
Oh! The Ugandans and the Nazis do not make a good team. There we go. And Johnny Walker, again, he did 2 clotheslines and was like, I am done with this. And, like, does he have asthma? Kamala Jr. is so tiny. Like, he might actually be Kamala's, like, child son.
Now we're taking a look at the action that has transpired here. There you see the change in the tables here, the turn of the tables. And there you see Kamala trying to interfere there, but Johnny Walker moves underneath there, saves the match for himself as Kamala lives.
It's like when they used to air, like, stills from WWF Magazine the night after a pay-per-view. But we literally just watched this match.
We're going to hear from PWI Live and come back and see El Diablo.
This is PWI Live.
Again, they're just playing that song through
Championship Wrestling returning to the International Arena, 1056 East Vermont Street.
the International Arena, aka
October the 13th
the
at
unlocked
7:30 p.m.
back of a gym. Oh, hey, Tracy Smothers. Hey, Adam. Hello, hello. Worst venue I've ever seen a show at. Corridon, Indiana. Strictly hardcore wrestling. Building so far away from humanity that the GPS stopped working. It was just a barn in somebody's backyard.
to the International Arena.
They did a 2 out of 3
downtown
falls
Indianapolis,
first blood match.
1056 East Vermont Street on Friday night, October the 13th at 7:30 p.m.
I'd love to know who recorded
Let's
this
take a look
song.
at these other upcoming dates for PWI.
These other
Championship
shows that you could
Wrestling.
skip.
On Sunday, October the 29th at 4 p.m.
They
again
ran
at the
pretty
International
regularly.
Arena.
Damn.
On Saturday night, November the 4th, 7 o'clock p.m. start at the St. Malachi Knoll Center.
Also, I
in
love that the,
Brownsburg, Indiana. And on Saturday night, November
they put
the 11th,
too much
at
text
7 p.m. back in the International
in the
Arena
graphics
for
where it says
PWI
upcoming events is just kind of
Championship
cut
Wrestling.
off. Just a little bit at the top. Coming soon, Night of Champions. They're going to be airing Star Wars in this spot.
Introducing you to the ring at this time from Mexico City, Mexico.
May the 4th be with us.
Weighing in at 236 pounds, accompanied by his manager, Damian Anderson, El Diablo.
There we go. El Diablo.
Well, here he is, fans, being escorted out by
I'm sure this is a guy we've already seen.
El Diablo, the
Not like a
mysterious one from
shitty mask.
Mexico City, Mexico. Diamond Dan, I know you face this man.
Yeah, the kids have
several
balloon
times
puppets
in
to
your
keep themselves
career. You know,
interested in
that's for you
something.
to give us a little insight here as soon as we hear who is
Even the managers have mullets.
And his opponent.
Most of the matches end up
Oh, we just lost the feed. Nope, it's- Is he like the Wyatt Six? And like, and then here's just a dude that was in the army for like 6 months. Make sure there's enough room under the hood for my mullet. That clown's like, kick his ass.
So he doesn't get burned himself.
Well, definitely the PWI has tried to get to El Diablo and get this fire maker, whatever he does. To
Yeah, I think I do that,
make
Yankee
qualifying
Hawk.
matches
That Kamala Jr. tried
Yeah.
stand-up. There's a Kamala Jr. Twitter
away
account
from him. So,
that just posted a few things in like
as we
2014.
see the drill sergeant, Sergeant Nelson, making
Oh shit, the Wyatt Six are coming again.
Is the one that you have to watch. I mean, you know, you're trying to see where this fire is coming from. Damon Anderson's always around, and just keep your eye on him, and I think you'll learn to see what happens with this fire.
Sergeant Nelson handling his.
Taking off camo to reveal more camo.
And we're about ready to get underway with some exciting PWI action.
Well, you know, Sergeant Nelson out here, I think he's trying to check, see what he has in his fatigues there to make sure that he's set.
Yeah, so the 2 out of 3 falls first blood, you'd have to bleed twice from 2 different places on your body.
El Diablo oftentimes making a quick attack on the opponent.
We didn't stay to watch the whole match because it was the 3rd match, and we had been there for 2.5 hours already. And after like the 2nd fall, which had gone like 20 minutes, we were like, we gotta go.
Section, catching Sergeant Nelson off guard immediately. El Diablo going to town on Sergeant Nelson, beating him as he holds him down there now, ripping.
Oh shit, it's Johnny Walker under the mask.
And referee Greg Lake calling for the break there.
Greg Lake, that's his name. Okay. Yeah, Greg Lake still works occasionally. To this day. I'll see Greg Lake around. Works a lot, shows like this, let's say.
He knows that Sergeant Nelson's trying to make a name for himself. He's not going to let it happen. You know, he's a seasoned veteran, and, you know, he knows that if he starts this match and takes over, Sergeant
Well, it was like
Nelson will have a chance.
unreasonably long match, and then like 3 promos.
Continuing to kick away at
I think there was an intermission after the 2nd match, if I remember correctly. Oh! How did he hurt him? Like, how did he fall like that out of a ring? Opponent, what the fuck?
Down on the side there as Diablo continues to
Apparently he is a luchador.
ring apron. El Diablo brings him back into the center. Now Sergeant Nelson making his way back.
I'm from Crawfordsville. I was raised about an hour away from here, from Indianapolis.
Well,
And I went to a number of shows with these, a lot of these folks on them. They were horrible shows. Oh! How is the ring like way less sturdy for these guys than it was for Von Blitzkrieg? But then when I was a teenager, I started going to IWA Mid-South shows, which were like a huge upgrade. Oh! That was like a good snap suplex. That's the thing about these like shindy guys, is they all have their like one move that's really good, and they can't do anything else. Like El Diablo, great snap suplex. Yeah, I think AEW Grand Slam Mexico is gonna fucking rule. Arena Mexico is the best venue in pro wrestling right now. I went to IWA from like early 2004 until end of 2006, early 2007. So like when Ian was booking like half the Ring of Honor roster on every show. And like the Seidels and the Deliriouses and Jimmy Jacobses. Jimmy and Alex had come and gone by that point. They were kind of around. Oh shit! Just punch him right in the throat. It's Al Diablo, not El Diablo. You guys are just assuming he's a luchador. Thank you, Brian.
Stepping on the throat of Sergeant Nelson.
Referee Greg Lake trying to break it up there, but I'm not sure if El Diablo even understands what he's saying.
I went to that. I went to King of the Death matches in Olytic in 2004. Saw Necro Butcher do a dive to the floor off the top and like completely overshot Toby Klein and just splatted on the floor in front of me. It was so fucking good. That's Reckless was. I watched Reckless on tapes a ton. I never got to see him live, unfortunately. I fucking love Reckless. What the hell? That was also a good suplex. Is that Taz? Is that Taz under the mask? No, Taz would have a much better tan. Runyon, thank you for subscribing. Keeping that going. Much appreciated. Thank you for the Twitch sub. 2, 3. We needed a ref bump for this 5-minute match. El Diablo could not lose clean. That is a good point. He is wearing orange. Sergeant Nelson.
Take a look at the replay as we're going to see it. El Diablo all over Sergeant Nelson for most of this match, really gaining control, maintaining control there. Damian Anderson in the way several times, keeping El Diablo on top.
That's cool, Hunter the Gargoyle. Trent Acid never came out this way, I don't believe, unfortunately.
But here you see Damian Anderson setting his own man up and hitting the wrong man with the chain. And there you see the victory again. Your winner.
Your winner.
Dan, let's go to PWI Live, and thanks for coming in with me today in the early part of this championship wrestling show.
Oh, here we go. The Dice Man.
We have a little, what do you so-called, match coming up here?
I love how he didn't know what the term for match was. He's a wrestler, and he doesn't know what a match is called.
Iceman carried us all the time, but this time it's you and me, brother, in the ring alone. And you know what's going to happen? The money is always in the Dice's boots, and it's going to be the gold around the Dice's waist.
So, Dice Man Ronnie Vegas, one of the more infamous characters. Why does he look so... Oh, shit. I'm supposed to cut a promo.
So it's me and you, brother.
Me and you, brother.
People once, that's fine. I can live with that. But I'm master of the jumping.
Master of the
I'm
jumping.
coming full bore. I'm not going to sit out here and yell and scream.
but I'm coming for you, Dice Man. I will.
I'm not gonna sit here and yell and scream because I don't even know what I'm. Is that camera on?
And he's coming
Shit.
for you, Dice Man, and I'm coming full steam ahead.
So Ronnie Vegas used to run indie shows. He was the promoter for the show I was talking about earlier that was using Bobo's ring, where I did ring crew. The Intergalactic Wrestling Federation is what it was called. Only humans from one galaxy. Coming full steam ahead. Maybe I should do that again. But so Ronnie's scheme
Remember, all tickets are priced at the very low $5.
was he would do 3 shows in your town. The first one, him and Bobo would do a double disqualification. Next month, they're coming back with a hardcore match. So you go and you buy your ticket for the next show before you leave. Oh shit, Cousin Bubba. It's Dice Man. Joined in progress. I wonder who Ronnie's favorite wrestler is. Second month, they would do a hardcore match. And the finish would be a disqualification. When one of them would hit the other with their replica world heavyweight title belt. And then they would be like, hey, we're going to come back with a scaffold match to settle this. Go buy your tickets. So you go buy your tickets, and then they don't fucking come back. And then a year later, Ronnie and Bobo would do Ronnie would do another show in town. Bobo, they would do a regular match, double count out or double disqualification. Come back the next month, do a hardcore match, belt shot DQ somehow. Advertise we're coming back with a scaffold match. And then not come back for a year. They did this 3 years in a row in my town.
You know, Dice has got to be trouble. Got to be careful because he's got to stay healthy. Next week he's in there against TJ for the
They shoot at the police station.
Believe it? We're going to finally crown a champion. Finally,
It is
Finally.
the end of the TV
Now
tournament.
what happens if Bubba?
If I'm ever in Mexico, I will take your advice, Liz Alvarado, and go to the Guadalajara Arena.
What the PWI officials would decide on this, but that's a good point, and that's a factor with any wrestler who's signed matches.
Yes, Ronnie. Yes, that's right. No, you stick it. Ronnie Vegas also on those shows played a babyface on the undercard. Maybe inspired by that fan in the crowd. Boink the Clown.
Someone else is ready to step in and take the
And you knew it was him because he would sit as the top heel. He would sit at the ticket table when you paid your admission, wearing his Ronnie Vegas gear, painted for Boink. He was painted up as Boink with his Ronnie Vegas gear. Yes, Boink the Clown.
shows him where his fingers should not go.
They smell like chicken.
I mean,
Oh God, they smell like chicken.
teaches their boys where not to stick their fingers, and Cousin Bubba just reiterated.
I'm surprised he's not wearing it here, but Ronnie used to always wear a shirt for some reason that said "Die Yuppie Scum." It had nothing to do with his gimmick, but it was he cut up the sleeves, like they had those like little knots hanging off of them.
Now the Dice Man and Johnny Lee having at it. Johnny Lee trying to keep him back as Dice Man continues to pull that forehead of Cousin Bubba. Johnny Lee finally gets it away, but the Dice Man
I think
still
Cousin
taking
Bubba's
away
dead.
at the throat of Cousin Bubba. Backing away.
And the referee is a little boy robot.
Relentlessly pounding away at Cousin
Yeah, referee, you
Bubba.
have the power to like
Trying to break
end the
apart.
match.
Cousin Bubba wrapped around the ropes there. Seems to be totally winded by what
I think Bubba's asleep.
Dice Man has done to him. Dice Man continues to work at the throat of Cousin Bubba.
Look who's out of
Oh, if you keep doing that, I might DQ you. If you keep beating up this dead
And
man.
now the superstar
Oh shit, Bubba woke up.
here at ringside, and he has picked up that belt that the Dice Man
Yeah, Ronnie Vegas
around the throat of Cousin Bubba.
did enhancement work for WCW, WWF, and the AWF. Oh god.
I'm sure
It's
he's
the
more
RKO out of somewhere.
about TJ than he ought to be because
It was a mare. I'm not sure there was much
ought to be
snap to it.
really concerned with superstar on the outside.
Exactly, but if Bubba sees him, he's going to think that maybe both of them's in there together. And he has no idea.
I think
what
somebody
his
did
plans
ring a
are.
bell a second ago.
Right now, Dice Man seems to be more interested.
Hey, refs this Wizards. I don't think this ref's a wizard.
Where's Bubba going?
That's not a fan. That's the guy he's feuding with.
The monitor doesn't show it, but Bubba's climbed up on the top rope.
What no! What the fuck?
That looks like a crow.
Also, that's not the top rope.
As Cousin
They
Bubba
did-
sits on his perch there.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Dice Man, oh no!
Oh, that would have been cool if we could have seen it.
Megaton bomb coming in there. Cousin Bubba with a
Hey, Cousin Bubba wins. Legitimately the most athletic thing we've seen on the show was from Cousin Bubba.
Oh, yeah.
Brian says that Ronnie Vegas kind of looks like Damian Demento as Ron Jeremy as Bret Hart.
Throughout the years, and Bubba's not going to shake his hand.
Bubba's like, listen, you're wearing a shirt with a collar on it. I don't trust you. He was sitting on the top rope, not standing.
I don't never believed it.
Hey,
shocking in and
that was shocking.
a finish to the match.
Honest,
between Cousin
it was
Bubba and
shocking.
Dice Man can't believe
Cousin Bubba is everyone's favorite.
get the number of that.
Hey, Sam Fusion, hello.
Dice Man can't
And
believe
again,
it. You look at it here on the replay.
the broken replay machine.
Match, Dice Man then going nuts. What's new about that? Taking off that weight belt. Johnny Lee should have disqualified him.
Johnny Lee.
Then TJ coming out.
I love that the referee's name is just like one of the Torkelsons. Johnny Lee.
Winner once again.
Tonight, remember,
Cousin Bubba.
The replays are a slideshow.
Man talks to us,
we're the
but
main
we're not gonna
event.
listen.
Well, fans, you saw
Cousin
it
Bubba,
right
one of the
there.
Bobs in Office Space.
From Uganda, Africa, at a weight of 269 pounds.
Like it's a town.
Kamala Jr., along with his manager, Damian Anderson.
Here we go. Kamala Jr. Fresh from trying to help the Nazis earlier.
Kim has let in
Well, now wait a
the
minute.
trick-or-treater of the year.
Leave it on.
Kamala Jr. should be managed by Thursday.
War mask, I guess, there at Dallas.
It's like,
And his opponent.
he's like, what should my gimmick be? And then he found a cassette with some WWF entrance songs on it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And he played it. And he's like, fuck, I should be Kamala Jr.
Here he is, the man you heard earlier.
Hey, Diamond Dan.
Play out here today's featured
And shout out to Diamond Dan for preserving this footage so we could enjoy it today.
Better not turn his back too much.
Big man from Uganda.
I think Big Man is pushing it.
Contrast of styles. This is definitely
Love the song.
wrestler versus.
No, this is definitely not Ben Peacock. This is not Uganda from ECW. That guy was the size of an actual wrestler. This guy appears to be a 9-year-old.
I'm not as scientific as Diamond Dan. I'll be the first one to admit it. Usually I don't get a chance to be, but with Kamala, I'm not.
I don't get a
sure
chance to be.
But if he's smart, he'll still try to out wrestle him because Dan is not blessed with the size that I'm blessed with, and you don't want to get into a chopping match.
Felt bad for Dan there. He tried to get a clap going. And everyone's like, no. No, we're good.
And just one more thing on the outside
He also
that
had
Diamond
something.
Dan has to contend with is that Damian Anderson, the manager, the only man who has seemed to be able to control, to get through, to communicate with
Yeah, Kamala Jr., if he's 5'2", I'd be stunned. I could see a bit of that, like a flashy Dan Severn.
He's beaten over there with some more taps on the mat to communicate with, but he's been able to direct Kamala Jr., and the man has wreaked havoc and terror here in the PWI.
He's wreaked havoc and terror.
Always in a mess, always getting involved, as you saw earlier.
Mostly just
in that match
havoc.
with gentleman Johnny Walker.
Yeah, Dan's mustache is fantastic. I'm sad he doesn't have it anymore. Clean shaven these days is Diamond Dan.
Diamond Dan turned his head there looking at Damian Anderson.
This guy's undefeated, Kamala Jr. Undefeated. The only matchup he has been involved with, there was a loss, was against my brother and myself. He didn't lose. It was Von Blitzkrieg.
He's undefeated other than that match that he lost.
And there he is right now.
Honestly, pretty good job. We've seen a lot of shitty punches tonight, and that was not shitty. Keith Hart.
Damian with the big grin there on the far side of the ring, Dallas.
Diamond Dan is still living, Lewis. I just saw him a couple weeks ago at a Squared Circle Expo in Indianapolis. He still helps out with a lot of independent shows in Indiana. He's got a real good sound machine, good speakers, PA system. Did they accidentally book a mini?
And an interpreter. And with the fire of El Diablo and the...
Wait, they're trying to say that guy's an interpreter because he can communicate with Kamala and El Diablo? Hey, Cecil, yes, that's Kamala Jr.
Diamond Dan sets Kamala up. Kamala jumps over there. Diamond Dan takes him on.
Oh, hey, Kamala's up and over.
Technique, using the leverage there.
Oh!
Diamond Dan picking
Must be
him up.
embarrassing not being able to lift up a fourth grader.
His weight, bringing Diamond Dan down to the mat.
Like trying to lift a McDonald's franchise. I still say that's what.
Oh, yeah, there have to be plenty of minis in Mexico that were taller than Kamala Jr.
Fit the gateway arch on there, Dallas.
Maybe he's a Rams fan.
Oh, he's doing the Kamala thing. He doesn't know what a pin is.
Got him.
Yes, sir.
Indianapolis ought to be happy here.
You know that thing that I think only babyface Kamala did?
My Cowboys, and then
The thing is, that kind of counts as a pin in this promotion. Why are they calling it off? Kamala did wrestle in Mexico. Wrestled for CMLL.
At bay on outside the ring there as Diamond Dan takes the boot to that half moon there of that crescent on.
I love that because Kamala was a big guy.
Pounding away.
They're working this match as if fake Kamala is also a big guy.
Johnny Lee moving in there. Kamala kicking out on a 2 count.
I think a chicken just died on commentary.
that's not Dan's style, but he's got to do something to wear him down.
This Kamala just doesn't understand when he's taking a beating like that. You have to stay on top of him.
Why is every babyface in this promotion
I'm not sure you can hurt him.
just sit and do chin locks?
If you did, I don't know if he'd.
I don't think
Like-
he'd know it.
Another vicious
There we go. At least we get an elbow from
going
Dan.
at him with everything he's got.
That was excellent. Landed right on the chin. Had his weight momentum going towards the man, and the other man's weight coming in.
The man's on the other man, and the man's got the man's shoulders down on the other man.
That's what Dan's got to do. He's mixing up, he's wrestling, and then he's kind of roughing it up, and he's going back to wrestling.
That's right. Yeah, he did have some matches in England.
Of course, that really shouldn't take a whole lot.
Oh! Killed the little boy robot referee.
Throws him into the corner where Johnny Lee was standing out. Kamala's going to town on Diamond Dan.
That's awesome. Check out the Mystery Wrestling Patreon,
Middle rope.
by the way. Great stuff from
Damian Anderson has
the guys and gals from Mystery Wrestling. What the? Why are we going to the credits? The match isn't over.
raking the eye, choking away at
As
Diamond
well,
Dan.
every month on Evil Uno's Twitch,
Now continues to
free
work
live
the
mystery
forward
wrestling
Diamond Dan.
show.
You see him flame away as Kamala
Cecil and London Lightning are gonna do battle one more time coming up in a few
a
weeks.
flying headbutt, jumping off the mat, coming down on the head of Diamond Dan.
In a match that is somehow going to be more final than their actual death match.
Now you see Johnny Walker's out here at ringside.
Mike Samples was not on these shows. Hey, there's
Diamond Dan stacking him up there, just as Johnny distracted.
oh hey, how convenient that the credits started rolling
Count there by
right when the match was going to end.
Kamala Jr. Wait a minute.
All right, so before we go to the third and final episode of the night, here's what we'll be watching Tuesday over on Twitch for WCW Deep Cuts Live.
Big right up. You've been running your big
All right, so that's
for too long.
That is Tuesday, but right now got some drama with Cousin Bubba. Also, hello to Jonathan Mayer. Hope you were enjoying Cancun, my friend.
I can beat you anytime, anywhere in 5 minutes. And you know it, and these fans know it.
These fans know it, Bubba, that you were holding out.
Bubba, I don't think the fans agree.
Holding out some more top rope moves.
Austin, I want to know what your problem is with me. Me and you have wrestled together on occasions in different areas. We've been tag partners. We've been friends. What's your problem? Now, if you think you can come out here.
It's wild watching Dusty, like 5 seconds of Dusty Rhodes compared to 2 hours of these guys.
What do you got to put up against that 5-minute match? Because I don't know. I know for a fact you can't do it.
What the fuck is he talking about?
Make your year.
What do you have to put up against that 5-minute match wrestling? Oh, my brain hurts.
How about a $500 that I can beat you
How
anytime,
about a $500?
$500, Bubba.
$500, 5 minutes.
Not a person. There are children that are literally turning their backs, playing with what appears to be a hose, because that is way better than whatever's happening in the ring.
Right now.
Well, you get the paperwork.
What the shit? What's going on? Did they go through the trouble of having somebody bring out a clipboard so they could pretend there was a contract? Refs Wizards, yes, this is in Indianapolis. Interviewer looks like if Harvey Whippleman went to night school. Yes, has machine. Dan Garza did work for WCW as an enhancement guy. Ow! I would love to see behind the scenes of the recording of this song. Also, Cecil, I think you guys need to recreate this intro for Mystery Wrestling. Just send out all the wrestlers on a show to just stand around and like kind of walk into each other. The shittiest filter that you can find. Rewind 89, I do have a kink for bad 90s wrestling. I love this. This is the best. Nobody got over, they got under. It's Pro Wrestling International Championship Wrestling season. And International, they never left Indianapolis. They stayed to Indianapolis and the suburbs.
Totally crazy last week. Austin come out here during an interview.
Oh god, that's the only move anybody can do to Bubba.
Flat Bubba during the contract signing, and then they kind of mixed it up for a while. And Austin took off, but he can't take off this week. 5 minutes he's got to beat him, or he loses $500. And I tell you what, I didn't give him the line.
Well, I tell you, I don't know what Austin
Doesn't Bubba? Is he the Undertaker? He does the choke and he rolls his eyes.
Turned on his new partner, Billy the Kid.
The Bubba Taker.
And he was ready. I mean, he's turned on Cousin Bubba.
Wrestling isn't the name twice.
It was a family dispute over this 4 aces, but I've tried to talk to him all week.
Is Austin James the Fiend? I think he is. That's why the video was bouncing around. And we have all the static.
Can't even talk. You and I will be conducting an interview later. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do about it.
All right, now, as this match wanes on, Cousin Bubba.
One of the commentators appears to be calling the show from back here.
5 minutes, and we've already seen time.
Exactly. It should have been Pro Wrestling Indianapolis. But they're like, oh, you know what? Nobody will watch Pro Wrestling Indianapolis. We got to be international because we'll be fighting with Vince soon with this TV.
He's staying right in there on him. He's showing the aggressiveness, but he's going up against big, tough Cousin Bubba. I've been in that ring against him many, many times.
there's a man that doesn't quit easy. Cousin
No,
Bubba.
he doesn't. And like I said,
Yeah,
earlier, I'm gonna
one of
get
them
into
might
what
have
I
a
do about
bloodborne
Austin and I's
illness.
problem. But let
Can't
me
get
say
too
this.
close to each other calling this
I still
show.
think that Austin and I's problem is a family problem, not a wrestling problem. So what I may have to say to you later might surprise you and everyone.
Well,
If
I
there's
don't think
Argentinian
surprises
TV
anymore than the
wrestling,
way,
we
the
will watch
actions,
it.
The attitude that's
Who's holding the
come about from
$500?
one
Nobody in
Austin
that
James.
building.
Just can't fathom what's going through this
And
man's
that's
mind right
very
now,
generous
guys.
that you think Rewind
I can't
89
figure it out.
that
The
Cousin
only
Bubba
thing
had a
that I know
day
that's changed
job.
is, like I said, he got the official judge's verdict that he owned the 4 aces, and ever since then he was acting kind of funny. We didn't really blend it too well a couple of weeks ago when we had
So the
our
4
match
aces, for those of you that are joining late,
Madman
is
Pondo
this
and
Austin
Troy
James
just wasn't
dude's
there,
like
and
Four
I
Horsemen
kinda
ripoff
sensed
group?
something, but I would have never dreamed.
And these episodes are like a few weeks apart, because like I explained, the archive's not all the way complete. So I just picked the 3 closest like full episodes. But apparently they had a jury trial? A lawsuit? I don't know what the fuck it would have been.
Let me also say I'm
And
gonna
he
bring
won
up Bobo with
the
me
stable in court.
interviews because
Oh, Bo James is fucking horrible.
him and Austin was
I can't believe people actually listen to that guy like he's some sort of expert on wrestling.
Him and I've talked this past week. He's asking me what's going on, and it's really a question I can't answer.
That's right. Austin James was almost like the White Knight at the side of Bobo.
The referee's like, what the fuck are you doing? You're too close to me!
While this transgression, this aggression that was coming about from this
After 3 episodes, somebody finally figured out you cannot pin a wrestler underneath the bottom rope.
I think it's a power play. I really do, and I've never.
I don't think Cousin Bubba can get
in
it.
my shadow. I mean, he made his name over in Europe. I made mine over
Yes,
here.
Aces and Eights
But now
Quebec.
we're
We have
together,
talked
and
about
I'm
that
happy
before
with
here,
that. It's
Cecil.
been
That's how
50-50,
fucking.
I think now that he's seen that light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh shit, 5 minutes. Was that 5 minutes? I was not keeping
Austin
time.
lost $500. He didn't beat him. Bubba didn't beat him, but he didn't have to.
There he goes, tumbling on out there. But your victor there
And
is...
the winner, Cousin Bubba!
Now what's Austin going to do?
I don't know, but he's going to be a little
Here's
bit
the
light in
replay.
wallet here with-
Leave it to your imagination as to what happened.
PWI is going to be writing over the check.
Thank you, Rewind 89. I do appreciate that. New one will be up tomorrow. And I'm also, little teaser, I dropped a hint in the Discord.
Match went back and forth. It was kind of a fight, really.
I'll be doing something a little new on the YouTube channel this
He
week.
accomplished what he said.
I think is a lot of fun. I gotta finish rendering it, and then it'll hopefully be up in the next day or 2. Diamond Dan! Diamond Dan is here! Dan Garza himself. Thanks for the follow, Dan, and thank you for putting up this footage. We are having a blast. Anthony Palumbo, thank you for the super chat. Lust Hogan, brother.
Introducing you to the ring from Gulf Breeze, Florida, at
Gulf
a weight
Breeze.
of 286 pounds, Rex.
Hot Shot 2
There
Clown.
he is, fans. This is Rex. As introduced
Rex.
by Richard Crow. Here he comes.
He
man
doesn't
from
need a
Florida
last
there,
name. He's
thinking
Rex.
very highly of himself. The man in black and some white studs there. But
There's just a
he's
white
gonna face a big one. And let's hear as Richard Crow makes the
And
introduction.
his opponent. Hailing
Very
from
cool.
Atlantic
Thank you,
City, New
Brian.
Jersey,
Again,
at a weight
thank
of
you, Dan, for
249
providing this
pounds,
footage. We are all enjoying it. There we go, TJ
I
Powers.
think we might add.
Here he comes, Dallas.
What a sweet
Superstar
jacket.
TJ Powers in a way that the
I
PWI
would love that
fans have
jacket.
Not seen.
Ever.
Well,
Ever. I mean,
ever,
they've
yeah.
seen me
Correct me before I say
good,
it. Ever.
bad, and who would have
Hello
ever
to
thought?
Theo3ND over on YouTube. Hello,
I would
hello.
have never believed it.
The man's talented. You got to give him that. Now that he's got his head on straight,
Entrance music
he
is
can cause a
dope.
lot of problems. Because you know that instinct is still there. He's still probably the dirtiest player in the
Cecil.
PWI. I won't sit there and say
I think
I'm
he made his
dirty,
pants from the
and
same
this ain't
bolt,
gonna work.
bolt of
You know,
cloth
Rex is a
from the
big
last
man,
dudes.
but TJ's used to this.
He's going right up an old alley TJ Powers used to frequent.
Right
and
up an
I
old
don't
alley.
think it's going to take too long for Mr. Powers to retaliate there. And there
This
you see
ref,
Rex sitting on the
this
wrong
episode,
side of
like he's been
referee
so
Johnny Lee.
tentative
From the beginning here, but Rex does still
to like call
maintain
anything.
control on TJ, but TJ sets him up off the
In this
ropes.
episode, he's like,
oh, Rex takes
"I
him
will
down, gets
beat
the
you
shoulder
up."
block into him there.
Absolutely, Dan. It is campy, but we love it. That's the thing. We're having our zings here, and we're
Trying to make a quick
having
name
some
for
laughs,
himself
but we
again.
do it with
One of
love.
the all-time greats here in the
I think I could speak for
TJ
everyone here,
Powers.
and we love this
Well, it looks
stuff.
like TJ came
That's
down
why I'm
not
able to
quite
spend
right
2
with that
hours every
move.
couple weeks doing
There
this.
a little bit. TJ's a competitor. I've been in the ring with him. I've been in the ring beside him. We've held the tag team championship. No tougher
Absolutely,
man,
I'm
no
with you,
better
Cecil.
partner.
Yeah, Brian asked, was Spalding a
TJ
real
Powers, the
sponsor?
man from Atlantic City, New Jersey. Now,
Because that banner's
taking
been up
the
all
Rex
3 episodes
down
we've
to the-
watched. Like, did
to the mat.
Spalding
There,
put in
Rex
any money
setting him
into
up
this?
There, getting a 2 count, only a 2 count, but a good move there.
Well, I know TJ is not done with one Dice Man, Ronnie Vegas, and maybe it took a man like Dice Man, who's the ego of all egos,
No doubt there,
to
Dallas.
change one
Oh.
superstar TJ Powers and maybe kind of look at himself in the mirror and say, "I'm like that." Maybe
Not a
he
real
would like
sponsor.
himself one
TV,
morning when
that
he
guy
woke up.
thought it would look good.
Here you
Yes!
see TJ
I'm glad we
setting
have that
Rex up off the
confirmed.
rope.
It's been
And he
it's
misses
been
with that
bugging
big
us.
left hand here,
That's
and Rex
awesome.
again
I love
takes him down
indie
with a
wrestling.
clothesline. The Rex wrecking the format here early on in this match. Superstar TJ Powers. Big, powerful man, this Rex, showing that he is not to be taken lightly, even by the likes of TJ Powers,
Oh, no.
who is feeling.
This has been a great week so far. The first match was crazy.
I love that.
Saw what transpired
Hey,
last
this match
week,
went too long.
Yeah, I was part of that, and I got a lot to say about that before the
Yeah,
game's
I'm
over.
sure you do, Dallas, but it's just been
I hope Rex had a
unbelievable.
partner named
Austin, the eye
Effects.
fans have seen so
Austin
far
has
out
totally
of.
lost it, or Austin is totally on an ego trip of his own that's out of this world. He gets this judge just tell him that he's the owner of the 4 Aces, and he's flipped. I think he owns everybody now.
Well, the question is,
Has
did the judge
a
really
machine. I
say
did
it
see your comment a
was?
second
Yeah.
ago.
Yes, he did.
TJ and Ronnie were in like a stable together.
I'm not sure I agree.
Or I don't know
with
if it was
but
in this
technically
promotion
the
for
way
sure,
it
but
worked is
definitely
that
later
Dice
on,
Man
they were
called me
in
way
like a
back
group.
last January to bring Austin in from Europe. Part of that deal, unbeknownst to me, was
A leg
that
lock of some
I
kind.
actually relinquished the name 4 Aces or the title to Austin, so it could be Austin, myself, Dice Man, and Bounty Hunter at the time. Little did I know that Austin subsequently owned it.
You see, I love the
Well, you
Muppet
see
Show
Rex
spirit,
kicking out
and I
there
mean this.
and
I mean this with love.
showing that he's,
I'm not
he could
of
be
like,
named
let's
to be,
get our crew together and
from
put on
in
a
the
show.
future, 'cause he's definitely
Because like
given
so many
TJ
indie
a
shows at this
match
time is
so
just
far,
like
Dallas.
a camera up and a tripod, if they tape it at all. I love that this is actual television.
That's a tough opponent.
Ooh, TJ coming down there. Pile driver.
You working that neck to the Dice Man's
Kamala
been working
Jr. is a
well.
preacher now. Thank you.
Well, I guess that
And that's
neck's,
awesome.
Well, he must not hit that right.
Well, I think he's made
there we
somebody
go.
mad, and that somebody
All right.
is one. TJ Powers, and it looks like he's
On up
setting
top,
him up
what
for
are we
that
getting
shooting
here?
star
Cousin
now.
Bubba surprised us earlier.
Here it comes. There he was.
The Okada
Looking that
elbow
way,
drop.
Getting the 3 count.
And he's still belly aching about Dice.
And the
Today,
winner,
we're gonna take a quick look at the
superstar
replay and know what's coming up here after we do the replay. And we
Yes.
have a quick look at the PWI hotline, which I might add has lit up over the recent actions of Austin James. I want to know what I'm going to do about it. Well, here in just a minute, we'll all find out. You see TJ
Rex
here
looks like a team who
really
Bob
caught
Hook.
off
Hey,
guard
Bob
here
Hook's
by
great.
the big man Rex.
Rex really showing it here in the early parts of this match.
There's
Big
one of the
powerful man,
funkiest
but
entrance
here
songs.
TJ catches him.
With that patented shooting star.
And your winner, once again, superstar TJ Powers.
Wait,
Dave, after this?
Well,
I know the Shooting Star Russ wasn't like a big
gonna
thing in
be
America
talking.
in '95. That was the Shooting Star. Oh shit, Tarek the Great. I recognize Tarek. Tarek and American Kickboxer. One of the One of the guys that genuinely changed like the junior heavyweight style in this region of the country. Yeah. Oh, that is Kickboxer. I thought it was somebody else. That's Tarek and Kickboxer. Before they were tearing it up for Ian. No. Yeah, Tarek Kickboxer, he did like one tour of FMW, did a lot of IWA Mid-South.
Boys, Austin and Dallas. Let's take a look back at what transpired.
Oh, we're pitching to a video package. Hell yeah.
Decision last Wednesday. The 4 aces belong to the
Ned
James
Flanders.
family. It's always been that way. What are you talking about?
The James family, you didn't listen to the judge? The 4 aces belong to me. Me, Austin James. Not
An
Dallas
address.
James,
I didn't catch
not the
that.
James family, Austin James.
What's the difference?
A big difference. You owned them, you gave them away, I got them back. That was a family tradition. I've got the 4 aces now.
What are you saying? That you are the 4 aces, not Dallas and Austin? What are you saying about the
Dude
James
looks like the
boys?
neighbor on
Austin,
like an
not
80s
Dallas?
sitcom.
It's always been 50-50.
I haven't made that decision on who the 4 aces are going to be yet. Let me tell you,
This is not a wrestling problem. This is a family problem, and we really
If I could give one
need to go
critique
back
in
in private and
hindsight,
talk about this. We don't
that
need to air this out in front of everybody else. You
that
and I have had
effect,
problems before, but have we not
I'm
always aired them out
yeah,
in private?
not a fan of it.
We've aired them out
Hey,
private. We
you
can
know
do
what?
this if that's what
We
you
all did
want.
things in 1995 we're not proud of.
We don't need to bring this out
Hotline
here.
is still up. Somebody did ask that earlier, Dan. The hotline is still up. Thank you for confirming that, Dan.
Let's go back here and let's talk this.
Back or at home. Not right here.
I don't like that. Oh, hey. He nailed him with that one.
Join me in welcoming to the ring, Dallas
Oh, I thought the clown was like scalding that child. How dare you use my balloons in any other manner? Hey, it's Bobo.
Fans,
Hey,
Dallas
Seinfeld.
is coming out here by the PWI champion, Bobo Brazil Jr.
Yeah, me too, refs and
Dallas,
wizards. I'm like, wait.
could you believe the attitude that your brother had last week?
I cannot believe what got into Austin. I mean, we're talking about losing one matchup. It didn't affect him and I at
I think I'm
all.
going to start dressing
He's the
like
one that
that.
wanted to bring in this new Billy the Kid. That's fine. And then he brings
Billy
in
the
something
Kid.
that's not even got to do anything with wrestling. The 4
Yeah, this
aces
aired on a
are family
regular
problem.
station. Yes.
I
Yeah,
have
as Dan
talked
just
with Austin
confirmed.
on and off for the whole week. He's lost it. He has totally lost it. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I will not get
And
in the
they've
ring
got
against my own
Eat with the
brother.
babies.
Well, the actions that are coming down here is really going to change the course of events, I'm sure, here in the PWI. Are you saying that you're not going to confront your brother out here to settle this dispute?
This is
Ole
a family
Anderson in the
problem.
back
This is
there
not a
seems
wrestling
real
problem.
pissed off
The
about
problem
this
lies with
family
the
drama.
4 aces. Now, he can do whatever he wants to do with it. I don't really care. But to attack me because of that is not a wrestling problem. It's a family problem. And Bobo, I'm sure you understand about family. I know your father real well, and I know that if you got into it with your father,
Bobo's just
you
like,
would
man,
settle it
leave me out
in
of
the
this.
home, not
You
in
guys,
the wrestling ring. I will
y'all
not
crazy.
wrestle Austin. It's that simple. I do not care
No,
what
Danny,
happens in
right.
all these other promotions. I don't care if that's the
Ole
end
Anderson was
thing to
pissed
do.
every minute he was
I'm
awake.
not wrestling Austin James. I won't do it.
Does that mean you're just
Uh,
not going to wrestle, Dallas?
Seinfeld
now
dropping
I've gotta
the
think
"It's
about
Still Real to Me,
what's
Damn It"
ahead.
reference. Shout out David
But for
Wills.
now, Dallas James
Good
is
pal.
history. I'm done.
Hits me up every few weeks to check and see how I'm doing.
Fans, could this mean retirement for Dallas James here in the PWI?
I don't know if it means retirement, but it does mean until this gets straightened out, Dallas James is no longer with the PWI.
Wow,
Fans, we got
big
problems to go
development.
back to the state of Texas. that
All right,
bring
Diamond Dan has
great bearing
confirmed
here on
Big
the
Red
PWI.
unfortunately no longer with
Now
us,
you're
and he
hearing
was
from
a
Dallas
sheep
James
preacher.
what his thoughts are. His
He's been
immediate
around
concerns
since the
in
territory
ring here in the
days.
PWI.
Pour one out for Big Red, R.I.P.
I will continue to do commentary with you only. Stepping in the ring, no. If Bobo wants to talk about this, if Bobo needs some help, that's fine.
That baby is
I know
so
that he's
mad
concerned what's going on with
about this
Austin,
development.
But to wrestle him and to step foot in this ring until this is taken care of, I won't do it.
Bobo, does this announcement send shockwaves to you as it does to the PWI, I'm sure?
Yeah, you know, it's kind of shocking. Like I say, it's a family problem. I got families. I had problems.
Did you say I have families? Plural? Who shut off a firecracker?
Would you wrestle him then?
If I'm forced with no other recourse, then I'll deal with that.
Shit, Poety didn't know it.
Well, it's something that we thought were settled in the courts. It doesn't sound like it's settled back on the ranch. Fans will have to look forward to what is going to transpire between Dallas and Austin. Stay tuned for more PWI Championship Wrestling.
This is PWI
Hunker02 in the YouTube chat called him Rick Foley.
returning to the International Arena on Sunday, October 29th with a 4 p.m. start. It's a television taping of PWI Championship Wrestling. Plus, you'll see second round of the PWI Tag
Buddy
Team
Garvin.
Tournament. Also, Kamala Jr.,
Because,
Johnny Walker to meet up, and Buddy Bam Bam Garvin to go against Cousin
Buddy
Bubba.
Bam
Remember, all
Bam
tickets priced
Garvin.
$5, under 6 admitted
Because
free,
Terry
and the doors
Hayes
open up
was not
at
available.
3 p.m.
Holy
When
crap.
PWI
What a
Championship
name.
Wrestling
Buddy Bam
returns to
Bam
the
Garvin.
International Arena, 1056 East Vermont Street on Sunday, October 29th with a 4 p.m. bell time. And what about this one? It's been signed for the PWI heavyweight title entitled Family
Papa
Feud.
James coming to straighten this shit out. Oh shit, Bobo Sr.
This man, Bobo Brazil Jr. with Bobo Sr. in
Hell
his
yeah.
corner. Let's hear now from the champ.
Austin James, just a few weeks ago, I see what you did to your brother. You know, I thought you was a better man than what you was. You know, and then I seen what you did just a week ago to Cousin Bubba. You know, that really opened my eyes at that time. You know, it's kind of hard for a champion
Oh, there we go. We got
to challenge somebody. But I don't even know who you are anymore. And I know
He
that you're
just
going around
heard
saying
from the champ.
what you did
I mean,
to your
to be
brother,
fair,
why I
AEW
get
pulled
to
it
stick
on
my nose in
Collision
the
last
family
night.
business. Well, I didn't stick
They did
my
a
nose in the
pre-tape
family
with
business. That's a
Mox
family
and then
problem. I
sent
have
him
a lot
out
of
for a
them
live
because I'm
promo.
second-generation wrestler. But
I
wanna
can't
tell
be
you
too
something,
harsh here.
Austin James, I don't even know who you are. You're going around saying you just knew Austin James. Well, I'm out here to give you a challenge. And this, that I want to get straight to you and coming straight from me. I want to get you in a match. You know, just a few weeks ago, I signed a match, and I know it's coming up. But we got 2, maybe 3 weeks. But I want you to get yourself ready, because I got a new manager. You know, and he's from the past. He know every move about you and everything.
Every
But
move.
you know what? You just be there to sign the
Lot of
contract
punches.
at the meeting and see the new manager going to be in my corner. You're going to be in a big surprise.
They just said who it's gonna be. They just said it's gonna be your dad.
October the 29th at 4 p.m. at the
I love wrestling. I love
Arena,
wrestling.
1056 East Vermont Street. Don't miss out on your chance to see PWI live.
Introducing into the ring at this time, from Uganda, Africa.
Oh god, those kids are so mad at each other.
65 pounds, Kamala Jr.
One of them probably traded the other one for oh, there's a mom in between, or a big sister. There's somebody's getting grounded.
And we got a wild one to look at today. It's Kamala Jr. And
There we go, Kamala
we'll make his
Jr.
way back over here in just a minute, and we'll want to hear more from Mr. Dallas James. But we're taking a look right now.
Do you see the
at
mom
one
in the
wild man,
background with the
Kamala
kid?
Jr.
Hey honey, here's how you slap your belly like Kamala Jr.
At a weight of 228 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
Gentlemen, Johnny
Johnny Walker, here we go.
Here he is, the pride of Tucson, gentleman Johnny Walker, making his way into the international arena here, going to face a wild one, the Kamala Jr.
A lot of trash.
Kamala Jr.
I believe that's your name. If that's not your name, because the font kind of bleeds into the image. And I'm having issues with my Twitch app. It is, in fact, Trash PWI. Hello, hello. Thank you for the follow.
Well, gentlemen, Johnny's ready for him. He's in there quicker. You can ask for it. He's in there, but Kamala on top of him, using it way to his advantage here. He's driving that head into the chest. And immediately going for the throat. And Dallas, we need to talk to you more about what we just heard moments ago with this interview. But the action is wild and furious.
Yeah, Johnny Walker appears to have about a foot on Kamala Jr.
Be careful, this Kamala is one. Oh,
That's awesome. Trash PWI helped Dan with the booking.
Taking him down. Kamala rolling outside the ring. Johnny trying to keep him from
Greg Lake with his sweet sneakers.
Things really heated up this past summer, and it's getting cold weather out. I think some brains are starting to freeze around here. It's gotten really
brains are starting to freeze.
Well, and part of it goes right back to your
Hello, D40s MF over on YouTube. Thank you so much. Shout out from Manchester, England.
This is my job right here.
Well, fans, that's a shock. But as it goes across, a shock comes
Anthony
across
Palumbo,
the back.
I saw your message or your post a couple seconds ago on YouTube. We watched it on WSW Deep Cuts. That BET Black Athlete Sports Show with Johnny B. Bad and Pia News. We watched it, I think, about a month ago. It's everything you would hope it would be. It's fantastic. It's in the archive. I forget which episode it was. Somebody smarter than me can point it out. Robot Overlord, I loved the Eddie Gilbert Dark Side of the Ring. Oh shit, those kids are scared. That guy isn't.
That's right, the bells ring and referee. Well, what's the referee?
Ladies and gentlemen, both wrestlers have been disqualified.
And there you hear from.
That's what you get for fighting too close to the clown.
And Greg Lake.
I shot the drunk clown. Yes, we have confirmation the clown was drunk. Fantastic. I'm loving this. Loving having PWI presence in the chat tonight.
Well, both men standing bell. One on the outside, one on the inside. Referee Greg Lake calling it.
Oh, took off running.
Loving this music.
I'm not sure if he's scared or he's just...
Night, buddy. Love you. Enough of that. We got to cut to the next match. We only got so much TV time. Madman Pondo. 3 Pondo matches tonight we've seen. Brian says every white guy in this promotion looks like they play country and western standards at the Wagon Wheel in Monticello on Tuesday nights. You have no idea how real that feels.
Madman Pondo stole it for a reason.
Oh, we got a barbed wire baseball bat.
Well, we remember the
baseball
bat match. That was Ian's specialty. Pondo stole this, he said, to get him in his type of match. A wrestling match? Well, I'm not sure that's his
Pondo's type of match is a wrestling match?
No special rules.
What?
It's a wrestling match.
Yes, Pondo is currently over in Big Japan. A new version of Baka Gaijin. No, Dale Patrick's is part of the crew. Forget who else he has with him.
I think that should be 83. I think somebody's got that back.
There's Ian. Look at how poofy his hair is.
He looks kind of,
You can pick him up by the ankles and erase a pencil.
That bat?
Yeah, he's usually sporting that around there. That's become part of his trademark.
I love Ian's attempt at a mohawk here.
Of one Madman Pondo. And there he is having some words here with the PWI fans at ringside. And speaking of at ringside,
I love Pondo did one of these. Blow the mullet
He wasn't out when they had their first match up in PWI when the promotion landed the rematch that everyone wanted, that baseball bat barbed wire match. She wasn't at ringside. And Ian come out on top in that particular matchup. And now it's kind of came full circle. We're back to
I cannot wait. Ian could like wrestle. I'll give him that.
Give him the chance. He would
like there's some Ian Rotten like hold for hold matches that are pretty freaking good. Him and Chris Hero in Dayton 2002. Saw him and B-Boy have a match once that was really good. Him and Josh Prohibition in 2002 Ted Petty. It's pretty good.
Steps over, Pondo up. Tries to take him over, reversal.
I thought Pondo was going to do a lucha arm drag. Nope. Oh, shoot.
Onto the concrete.
Well, in the PWI, throwing a man over the top rope is not an automatic disqualification, as is the case in some other promotions. Remember, with PWI Championship Wrestling days,
Security guard appears to be falling asleep.
And Ian Rotten has shown they can take it to the furthermost limits here in the PWI, as he's brought in the barbed wire baseball bat match, and the PWI continues to land the big name.
you got to wonder.
When did he say big name singular?
Well, anytime here.
It's not a question.
Is Cousin Bubba the big name? Because he's everybody's favorite. He's my favorite.
That this match will end in some sort of disqualification or something.
That's cool. Trash, you traveled with Pondo during. What did it say? Panda? Panda? Madman Panda?
I don't know if the match
Pondo during this era.
You know, if I can make some money here, maybe Austin needs a loan.
Ian loved that spot.
Yeah, I'm sure
He would do it even when he was like in his like serious strong style guy mode.
Think he might ask you for a ride home tonight?
No, I don't think so. This has been a shocking week. What happened with Austin? My announcement.
I'm sorry to hear that, Laz. I hope that takes care of itself.
They just mixed it up and got nutty.
Last time I saw Ian, he was at a convention a couple years ago, and they had to kick him out because he snuck in because he didn't buy an actual ticket for admission, and he was trying to do the "Hey, don't you know who I am?" thing. They're like, "Yeah, we do. Get out." Very funny. Remember, he was trying to be like, "Hey, Shark Boy, tell them who I am."
Madman Pondo, as he whips him across into that turnbuckle. Pondo down, face first on the mat. And again,
this was after, yes, this is after Ian's ECW run. Settled down in Louisville with Patty.
And here he comes charging.
Oh! That Liger drop kick.
That hurt me all the way
that
over
thing
here.
is
I mean,
sick. Probably the coolest move Ian did.
Spit out a couple of them.
I don't think Ian ever tried out for WCW. And I know Axel had the run that ended real bad.
Unbelievable.
You know, the Colts been trying to sign a new kicker up here in Indianapolis. When we're up here doing our TV, when I'm not down on the wild side, I have to read the Indianapolis Colts scandal. I call it the scandal because I'm a Cowboys fan, obviously, but I understand they're trying to get.
Oh, hey, Ian with the armbar.
Straight down the middle, up the uprights.
That's right, and he lifted it up right there. He about uprooted.
Yeah, a lot of chin locks.
Bottom molars of one Madman.
A lot of molars.
There. Speaking of molars, I think.
Yeah, Axel had a short run in WCW fall of '91. I did a short about it. Oh.
The Rotten takes him down.
The Rotten, the Pondo. There is Bret Hart calling the show.
Again, taking him down, working him. That vice grip on the.
Yes, Axel feuded with P.N. News over who had the better big boy splash.
Lady Vendetta's way. I think the camera picked it up. I won't elaborate.
Not much respect given to Miss Lady.
Did Pondo do this and then give Ian a wet willy?
Lady, that might be stretching a few things there on terminology. But Pondo back to his feet now.
Yeah, this is a wrestling match. They're having a wrestling match. I'm surprised for Pondo. Ian, I've seen have plenty of wrestling matches. Ian was much better than people gave him credit for up until his body just completely fell apart.
He wrecked his eyes when he was down. I'm not sure he couldn't have pinned him. I seriously doubt it, but I mean, Ian's kind of gasping right now.
Whoa!
On the outside, there she is, showing you the lady that she is. Bring the boots up into Ian Rotten. Ian Rotten taking it.
Pondo like, hey, just watch this one Medusa tape.
I'm going to tell you what, Ian Rotten is not one that'll sit still and just take that off
anyone.
A woman.
Yeah, why?
A lady. She better not get
that
caught,
bump was wild.
because he will inflict
damage upon her.
Everybody's falling through the ropes. All right, Yankee Hawk, have a good night. See you Tuesday for the Deep Cuts Live.
Pondo is definitely.
Hello, James.
What's this?
My pal. My dude. My Bubba. Over on YouTube.
I may have to talk to Ian Rock.
That's right, you did get paid when you worked for Ian. What was the name of that thing he was doing? American Wrestling Association? When, like, he was, like, quote, not allowed to own IWA?
Right now, he's got some more important business at hand there.
Well, no, I said I wouldn't get in the ring. I was going to say, me and Ian can team up, and Austin can go get Axel.
Yeah, let's not retract so quick there.
Yeah, that's a sweet pump handle from Pondo.
I'm not back in the ring until we get this set.
Again, on the outside there. There you see her. Lady Vendetta on the outside.
What are we doing? The action. No.
Blonde.
Second man out there. Trash can lid there.
That's a way to come back from commercial.
To Pondo on the outside, and he missed that one. He may get a pinfall out of this. Is he going to pin him?
Exactly that. Ian ran like 1 or 2 shows. I forget, it was like 2013? When like he claimed that he didn't own IWA anymore. And he called them the American Wrestling Association. Like the one guy at ringside that's like, impress me. It was a little off, just a little bit, Dan, a little obvious. At least he didn't pull out the gig in the middle of the ring and yeah, Ian's a really obvious blader. He's like up there with Captain Lou Albano. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Ian just.
And you see him. He's busted open on top there.
And I can't get in there to help him. I'd love to get in there to help him, but number 1, I'd be suspended. I'm supposed to be commentating. Number 2, I've told you I ain't going to get in the ring.
I believe Timeless Tony Storm was going to come out there.
Trying to maintain, keeping him back from Ian Rotten there. As you see him, the bloodletting there by Ian Rotten.
The bloodletting.
This is not even our main event today. Not even our feature.
Oh, is it black and white because can't show blood on TV?
Continues to pummel Ian Rotten with that lid.
Oh no, it's just that the tape was worn out. Gotcha. That's what I love about these old shows. Oh gosh. Rotten Rush. Oh. Oh my. Timeless Ian Rotten. Could you imagine Ian doing that promo from last night? I'm here and I'm queer.
Pondo can't believe it. He's in tears.
He has realized the mistake he made. Hit him from the outside with that chair. And she is not budged, Dallas.
Oh,
Ian Rotten jump scare.
Pondo was just absolutely
holy shit.
Tears, and from nowhere came that chair. And Ian Rotten says, "Take my bomb out, I'll take what you got." And he took it, and you're right.
Oh, of course Ian didn't clean himself when you guys went to dinner. That was Ian's thing. I'd see Ian after many IWA shows. And he would, he just wouldn't clean because he wanted people to know he was a wrestler.
Checking it out. Pondo.
Yeah, I'm surprised his footage has held up as good as it has, Dan. Like, we've watched some shows on here from, like, this time period. They're barely watchable. The fact that it's just a little bit of discoloration, hey, great. I thought it was funny. I thought, are you guys just not allowed to air blood? It was just ironic. Yo, give me some tables.
PWI Championship Wrestling returning to the International Arena on Sunday, October 29th at 4 p.m.
That's right, James. Talking on YouTube about Pondo was managed at this time on some shows by R.D. Reynolds from WrestleCrap.
And Buddy Bam Bam Garvin to meet Cousin Bubba.
Again, I cannot get over Buddy Bam Bam Garvin.
Street fight, non-title superstar TJ Powers up against Dice Man Ronnie Vegas.
God, I wish the casino street fight was like just gambling stuff.
Championship.
Bring out like a broken
James in his corner against
slot
Bobo
machine.
Brazil Jr. with Bobo Sr. in his corner.
Yes, I do remember that, Ridrick. The tape just died.
Remember, the doors open up at 3 o'clock.
Yes, again, we got to give Dan props for putting all this stuff on YouTube and keeping it preserved. Thank you, Dan. Go follow Dan. Go give him a sub on YouTube. He's got a lot more of these shows and a lot of like old like Indiana territory stuff, and he's keeping Indiana history alive over on his YouTube channel. Go give Diamond Dan a sub.
Yeah, also, we got to be concerned about Ian Rotten. Ian Rotten was a bloody mess. He got hit.
You realize how many promoters have had to say, we have to be concerned about Ian Rotten throughout the years? Oh, man, the Bounty Hunter. Talking about him all show. Oh, Artie Reynolds is your former roommate's trash.
Well, at least with Ian Rotten, I know they're concerned there, but
I'm shocked. I mean, this whole, I'm sure you're even more shocked at my announcement, what Austin's done.
The wrestler said it. Oh, you have to worry about Ian Rotten.
Change of event after event here today.
I have gas money to get home. I once saw Ian Rotten hold up a $1 bill and tell two wrestlers, I could pay one of you this, but this is my last dollar, and convince them keep it. Yes, that is Dan's channel. Yes, Diamond Dan PWI. That is it's a great service you're doing. You're uploading it for the wrestlers to see, but also we get to enjoy it too. So thank you, Dan. Someone's really mad at the Bounty Hunter. One individual person. Brian, those are the two people that it happened to.
We're ready to go. We're underway.
I drove them to that show.
PWI Championship belt is on the line. What's the Bounty Hunter? Oh, he's complaining about Bobo being too oiled down or something here. But,
oh shit, Wildman Jack Armstrong reference in the YouTube chat.
There, working that reverse hammerlock on.
Love Wildman Jack Armstrong. He's on an episode of Wild and Crazy Kids.
Catches him before he goes to the hair of Bobo Brazil Jr.
Bounty Hunter looks like a Dutch Mantel impersonator. Not hairy enough.
See, Johnny Lee's changed shirts here. He's went back to the traditional referee shirt because I think Ian bled all over the other one in that last matchup. Crazy week.
You cannot hammerlock the Bounty Hunter. I would be honored if Artie ever popped up in my chat. Artie Reynolds rules. Of course, this is not just the main event of this episode, it's the main event of the stream.
Shockwaves throughout the entire wrestling world. Recently here in the PWI, Tracy Smothers debuting. We hear Ricky Morton possibly soon.
Oh, Ricky Morton.
PWI. We hear other names they're negotiating with. All this is going on, and I get this problem with Austin, and I got to step out for a while.
Well, Dallas,
again, I appreciate that this referee, by the third episode of the show that we watched, has figured out what a rope break is. The main event of the state of Indiana, 1995, says Brian. I think the referee was laughing at them. Oh, shoot. Space Tiger Ogawa, or Space Takedown, whatever it means, from Bobo Brazil Jr. And do an arm triangle.
Yeah, you were definitely a different Dallas James at the time.
I'll do the same thing. I'm going to get this solved between Austin. We do not need to air a family problem out in the ring.
We don't. I agree. We don't need to air family problems on wrestling shows.
Even if I have to give in. Once it's settled, I'm back
Like,
in the ring.
that is an arm triangle.
We hope not, but right now.
More MMA fighters need to get out of holds. Just stick them in the eye.
Bobo smash across the back of Bobo Brazil Jr. Now he's choking away out there. Referee in there, breaking it up immediately on top of it as the Bounty Hunter drags Bobo back up and takes him over the top rope, choking him over that rope, Dallas.
Up. Show's about to end.
Taking it to him, or Bounty Hunter, I'm confused.
I wish wrestling shows now, just in the middle of a match, they start rolling credits.
Telling me that Vendetta suffered some sort of a major neck injury. That's all they know right
There's
now.
Dan, the production coordinator.
On the leg. Maybe they're from that chair or something.
This shows we're down to 2 camera operators. We had 4. 4. Oh, no, the other 2 are just like way below. Oh!
Well, Bobo taking it to the bounty hunter, working him over in the corner. And, whoa, vicious.
At the Lando Goshen Productions. Thank you so much. All right. That has been the stream for tonight. Thank you all so much on both Twitch and YouTube for hanging out with me tonight for the last 2 hours and change. Big shout out to both Trash and Diamond Dan Garza. Give his channel on YouTube. Give that thing a sub so you can see more PWI. Again, thanks to everybody. Thanks to Dan and Trash for coming in and spreading some knowledge on what we were watching. Thanks for all of you for the great hang tonight. I will be back over on Twitch only because that gosh darn big corporation, TKO, enforcing their copyrights or trademarks and all that jazz over on YouTube. I'll be back on Twitch Tuesday night for WCW Deep Cuts Live. A lot of fun we'll have there. So it's 10:21 on the East Coast right now. I can't tell you to go to bed necessarily, but I don't know. Like, drink some more warm milk. Don't need any snacks. Take your meds. Not your mom. Do I care?